I didn't do it.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
No, Greg, you didn't mess up. The Eagles did. Remix.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Welcome in, everybody. A little fix, AM and the PM crossover here, only on A2D Radio. Every show we are brought to you by our doc. Make him yours. Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Tom Arnone, Ryan Brodo, Ralph Del Vecchio, Greg Mwakovic, Frank Vespi. We got everybody in the house tonight, and we're going to switch it up. We're not going to lead with Eagles. That's what everybody else does. We've talked Eagles on this platform for a while. Tomorrow night, we'll have Jeff Mosher on, Birds of a Feather at 7. We'll talk even more Eagles. So plenty of Eagles to discuss, but we're going to save that for a little bit later in the show. NFL picks against the spread. Dive into that. Make you some money. Carson Wentz not being traded. I'm going to tell you why. Explain to the people why he's not being traded next year and why I can guarantee you he's not being traded next year. We'll talk about that. We'll preview the game versus Saints. We'll give our opinions and our predictions with that. NBA bold predictions. So something a little different. Gonna go a little outside the Philly bubble and give you some bold predictions around the league. If that's teams, players, whatever. All right. So it can be anything. So chime in with that throughout the night, which all ties in to the Sixers bold predictions for this year. All right. And you got a lot of ways to go with this too. It can be, and we'll ask you some questions as well, but it can go Ben Simmons wise, Joel Embiid wise, anything player wise, you can make bold predictions on. And the biggest bold prediction, I think, to a lot of people would be our poll question. And it's the Sixers will finally reach Eastern Conference Finals in 2021. Do you agree or disagree? And that's brought to you by Ambuck Services. 20% off. Tell them everybody from A2D sent you. Gutter guards, gutter installation. Ambuck Services got you covered. Our poll, again, the Sixers will finally reach the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcast, we're there as well. Like, subscribe, follow, chime in with us tonight. Let us know. Give us some Sixers bold predictions. All right? And then talk about the poll with us. Discuss this poll. Because, finally, I don't like that word per se when it comes to the Sixers, but I understand that word. Right? I understand it, but I don't like it. Because they've always, their two stars have been young. And just the NBA's tough. But now, we're not talking about the NBA Finals. We're not talking about winning it. So in terms of finally, I actually you can say finally in a way. Because I think this is a team that we expected to go to the Eastern Conference Finals in years past. So there's two ways of looking at that. So we're not talking about the NBA Finals. We're just talking about the Sixers will finally reach the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. This one, it's weird because of the year. But then, I throw it all out the window when I watch a different sport and I watch the Washington football team, who we all were like, oh, it's going to be tough. You got moving parts. And they're not good by any stretch, but they're better than us. So I think if you have the right coach, right, the right people, it makes up for the lost time per se, right? If you have the right people, they're going to make the proper adjustments. And I think what this organization did has been spectacular. Spectacular. I'm going to use that word because this coaching staff is great. It's a great staff. I'm not saying Doc Rivers is great, and I love Doc Rivers. I do love Doc Rivers. I think he's close to great, in my opinion, just because. All right. But the staff is great. If you look at this staff, it's deep. And I think we put all this talks on coaching and everything else when we talk about the Eagles. Well, let's do the same thing with the Sixers. I mean, Brett Brown was the reason we didn't get there, right? So we changed it all, right? And we got a better, obviously, Daryl Morey, a great basketball guy, in my opinion, that we get in the house, and a fresh face, and all that. So you would hope it gets more out of the players. Now you go to the roster, and the roster's gotten better from last year. And nobody straight face can say it hasn't. Nobody can sit here and be like, this roster isn't better than it was last year when we ended the season, right? Like we had no Ben, right? No Ben. Like nobody else could score but Joe. I mean, come on. Now look at this roster. And I expect these two to get better again. That's what I expect. I expect natural growth from two guys that I picked to get me to the promised land. And right now our promised land isn't an NBA Finals isn't what we're asking. We're talking about an Eastern Conference one. The Eastern Conference is loaded up, family. It's loaded up. This isn't going to be easy. But I'm really banking on Ben Simmons' evolution as a basketball player when it comes to this roster and what's around them too. I mean, Joe said today, and they're all talking about how like it's going to feel so good to say bring on the double team. Like it's going to feel good as a player to say double me. Go ahead, double me. Get the ball out of my hands. It changes everything. We know. Listen, Joel Embiid's on the court. He's dominant. Nobody can disagree with that. And he's a top 3 center in the league, easy, if not the best at times. Right? There's a legit argument when he's on the court. But he's always played better with people around him, like any other player. You can't surround guys with shit and expect to get something more than a shit result. Right? Right? Look at the Eagles. Okay? You start going right back at home. You surround your best players with shit. What do you think the results are going to be? That everybody's Jordan? You know what I mean? It's not realistic results. So they finally have surrounded him with veterans, right? Veterans, and then we all love the first round pick in Maxey. We all got a high upside on him. So to me, I'm agreeing, and I think they finally get over this hump. And this hump of getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, getting through the second round of the playoffs. But like I said, this is not going to be easy. All right, this is a gauntlet of an Eastern Conference now. All right, the Washington Wizards got better. Not that we're not better than them, but you understand what I'm saying. Everybody's gotten better in the East. So we're going to see how it plays out. But I got such confidence in these two kids. I got such confidence in what's around them finally. And I have such confidence in this coaching staff and this organization. And this is the first time in this city in a long time, since the Eagles, really, that you had this much confidence in an organization. Mm-hmm. And the Eagles' confidence came with a Super Bowl, right? I mean, came a little differently. This is like you know what you're getting in terms of your veterans, coaching staff, front office. Now can your two stars continue to evolve as players and get better? And I think they have. I think they can. Every year, Ben Simmons has gotten better. Joe's just dominant. So, I think his game's gotten better. I think his turning the basketball over has gotten a little bit better. But remember, when you can double and you're not and you're worried about kicking because of who you have to kick to, right? That creates turnovers right there, Greg, right? I mean, you coaching up basketball in the day to know that one. If a guy's not confident about kicking out and he tries to play hero ball, you turn the ball over more. And
you're absolutely right.
I mean, that's all I have on it. So, you can go next on this one.
No, I was just going to completely agree with you in a scenario of if you don't trust the guy you're throwing it out to, then you're not going to throw it out to him. And if you look at, the one thing, the one thing this roster did is there should not be a whatever 5 on the floor without at least one shooter, if not more, right? You look at, your probable starting lineup. You're going to have Tobias and at least Danny Green, if not both Seth Curry and Danny Green, right? Your second 5, if Seth's not starting, you're going to have Seth Curry and whoever else. And then you go even further down, you're going to have Kork Maz, you're going to have Shake. You're going to have those guys that are going to see some minutes that are willing and able shooters. So there's not going to be a 5 on the floor that isn't going to have at least one shooter around them. And that's whether Joel's on the block, whether Dwight Howard's on the block, whether Ben's on the block, and so that's absolutely a bonus and was an obvious, plan of attack this offseason. As we've talked about multiple times. Hey, the Eagles wanted to get faster. Oh, that nice try. But the Sixers actually went out and did what they wanted to accomplish. Right? They actually went out and got real shooters. You know what I mean? Danny Green isn't a slouch shooter, right? Seth Curry statistically might be the best shooter in the NBA. Statistically, right? You know what I mean? So, but that's what matters to this team. And both those guys, if you jump out too far, can go right by you as well. They're not going to get all the way to the bucket, but they're going to pull up for a shot that is even more in than the 3-point shot. To the poll question, I'm going to agree, more or less just because that's what we need them to do. You know what I mean? There's still because of what we've gone through the past so many years. It's still just like I need to see it type of stuff. Like I want to see it before I believe it. But Tom, you kind of alluded to it in your opening, and everything was all Brett Brown's fault. Everything was Brett Brown. That's why we're not getting over the top hump. That's why we're not getting past Toronto. That's why we're not getting past Boston. It was all Brett Brown. It had nothing to do with the players. The players were wiped clean, carte blanche, nothing, right? Well, now you went and addressed that, right? You came in and got Doc Rivers, who, whatever you think of him, was the biggest name out there. And then you surrounded him with a bunch of guys that are really top-notch assistants that all come with a specific skill set. So the coaching excuse is now out the door. And the next logical step for this group is the Eastern Conference Finals.
No, it has to be. There's no middle ground anymore. Because like all the accountability that was talked about in the offseason has been answered. Right? You have a real basketball organization now. From your staff to your front office. It's real. It's real. And you got two players that I think the way you hear Doc Rivers and Daryl Morey, and you already heard Elton Brand talk about these guys, but the way you hear them talk about them when it comes to them seeing them in practice and what they see. These are basketball guys, man. Daryl Morey has been pretty stern on, listen, you want to talk to me about James Harden, that's fine, but Ben and Joe aren't in the conversation, right? And he's been pretty clear with the media about that as well. When you're that clear about it, right? Like usually guys say it. He said it numerous times. He said this numerous times now about them too. So, I look at that as like, okay, he sees them, right? He sees what we all think they're going to be. Same with Doc. I mean, Doc's a basketball guy. He couldn't slob Ben any more than he did the other day. He could not have slobbed them anymore, which is great. That's what we want. He said, dude, you got to see it. You got to see him. I mean, and what we expect, in the open court, Doc Rivers is probably getting flashbacks of Magic. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is. It's run and gun. It's how the Lakers really got rolling, where everybody started becoming a fan of the Lakers, right? It was showtime. It was run and gun. You can win championships by flat out running the court. You can. I know what the playoffs come down to. Defense. What can Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid both do well? And extremely well. Play defense. This is the first time that this isn't just one-dimensional score stars. Or, these are guys who are two-way guys. So will the health pay off? Will having Dwight Howard backing up Joel Embiid put less minutes on him, right, than usual? Load manage in a proper way. Right? Having talent around Ben Simmons where you don't have to run him, even though he's a gazelle, you don't have to run him 38 minutes a night. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that if you have capable players who can play, right? So I'm excited. Yeah, I agree. Greg agrees. Who's going next? Do you agree or disagree to the poll?
Yeah, I'll go. To me, I absolutely agree. And, I've seen some comments and I love Jake. Jake's on, a lot of the shows here. But, he was saying he disagrees because there was a new regime brought in, new personnel, new coaching staff. That's a big reason why I agree to the poll, to be honest, because we're so high on the moves they made this past offseason. To go from, to your point, Greg, Brett Brown, and it was all his fault, to going to a guy that we know has actual championship experience. Yeah, obviously everyone points to last year to where, the Los Angeles Clippers were a big disappointment, but I don't want to say I don't put it on him because the coach always has something to do with it, but I think there was just so much wrong with that roster and obviously the people up top. But as far as the players, I expect, and you'll especially see it when we get into our bowl predictions, I expect Joel Embiid to just get a little bit better, if not a lot better, this offseason compared to the last couple of years. I expect Ben Simmons to get a lot better. I expect Tobias Harris to get a little bit better. And on top of that, and that's only talking about 3 players, I think this roster is built a lot better to help the top players succeed on more of a consistent rate. So because of that, if all of our players are going to get a little bit better to having standout years, which, I won't spoil it, but one of them I have them being very, very high in the MVP candidacy, I truly believe that, hey, if everyone's a little bit better, the coaching staff's better, the GM who's running things and can say, oh, okay, well, we need to tweak something, he's clearly better, then I'm confident in saying, okay, maybe we don't get off to the smoothest of starts because of the shortened off season and a lot of moving parts. Well, I trust Daryl Morey to go and make the right move to help things. This isn't a situation where we stuck with from 2013 to 2017 where it was to trust the process. We're just going to, any moves we make are going to be picks. They've said it before. They were not going to reconstruct the organization, the coaching staff, the GM, and this roster to say, oh, we'll take a little bit of a step back and we'll go the long route again. No, their plan is to win now and win now for the next handful of years.
Well, what I tell you 2 months ago when they hired him, or a month ago, whenever it was, everything runs together. But the conversation we had, he's like, "Oh, they're going to trade Ben and Joe." I said, "Dude, freaking Doc and Daryl Morey ran from organizations to come coach these two. Are you guys?
They were both going to take they were both going to take the year off. Like, I don't think people understand that. Like, Doc Rivers, and his son, obviously, he was saying, hey, he was just going to go and do things on ESPN. He was going to take the year off. And the same thing for Morey. Like, they didn't need to work, but they took this job because of how attractive it was. And like I said, we can get all excited. Like, I look at the same thing like the press conferences, like with Doc Rivers' comments about Simmons and all that, and they could say, oh, well, that's misconstrued. But it's the truth because it makes sense that, hey, of course we're going to hear good things and we're going to see better things when, with all due respect to Brett Brown, but the teams ran the proper way.
No, so, it all starts there, Ryan. It all starts there.
And when it's real with coaches and GMs is, as you both said, when they say it multiple times and they continue to reiterate the fact of whatever they're talking about, right? So like in this scenario, trading Joel or Ben, or what Ben looks like on the floor. When you hear it once, it's just like, all right, what's a GM or coach supposed to say, right? Like, that's just doing the lip service, because then it's just like, then all the other GMs are like, oh, he only said it once. All right, he might be available now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When they continue to say it over and over again, and, and Tom, as you said, find ways to blow them even more, it's real.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And they're not just, trying just to do literal lip service just to do lip service.
When have we been a destination like that? Just think for a minute. For the 76ers, when have we been a destination where two top guys, considered top guys in their professions, in that sport, want to come here? And not because Philadelphia's a great place to live or any of that. We all live around the area. It's I mean, especially if it was summer, I'd be like, great place. Winter, but you guys, you know what I mean, though. So you're coming for what? What's attracting you?
AI.
Yeah,
AI was the last time. You know what I mean? AI was the last, large ticket back. Not its final days, but back in the run days. You know what I mean? He was the only, and we had, numbnuts Billy King at the head ruining everything. But he was the only time that Philadelphia was a destination for national media games. You know what I mean? Like, other than that, yeah. When was it?
And the last thing I'll add is this. I can't talk enough about the top guys in this organization and on this team, meaning Joel, Ben, and even Tobias, because somebody said, "What do you expect from Tobias?" Well, I expect Tobias from when we traded for him, Tobias, not like when we traded for him and he was on the Sixers, like the player we were trying to get 2 years ago, like that guy. Just because, well, it's the same coaching staff, actually a better coaching staff than he had in Los Angeles, led by the same head coach. And they're finally going to say, hey, instead of making him just play the 3, he's going to go back to exactly what he was in Los Angeles, to where he's a combo 3-4 guard, but mostly playing the 4, and we're going to go exactly to that.
The only thing I'll say is he played 4 here last year a little bit. So
towards the end, yes. Towards the end, yes.
It didn't age well for him. So
no.
The biggest thing about Tobias Harris is Tobias Harris is going to put up his regular season numbers. Will he show up in the postseason? Can Doc and guys figure out a way to get him to not be non-existent in the postseason? That's the biggest question mark when it comes to Tobias, I think. Rome says Brett Brown was a trash coach. No respect needed. What up, Rome?
What up, Rome?
I mean, we don't disagree. Who was asking about the poll? Somebody was.
I don't think he's a trash coach. I do think he wore out his welcome here. And to his last point, I do think the respect in the locker room went. You know what I mean? But I don't think he's a trash coach. He just wasn't the guy that was going to get us over the hump.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll find out this year. Greg, if they go to the Eastern Conference Finals and Ben and Joe and all these guys are playing way better, well, then it might mean he was a trash coach.
I mean, maybe.
Well, no, but I mean, again, as we went through this offseason.
He's the second guy. That's all I'm going to say.
That's exactly it. We went through this offseason the whole time saying that it's not always the first guy that gets you there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Mark Jackson's a trash coach, but just because Steve Kerr got the best out of Clay and Steph, does that mean Mark Jackson's a trash coach?
No.
You know what I mean?
That guy wins. Does that mean Phil Jackson? I mean,
Doug Collins is a trash coach all of a sudden?
Was Doug a trash coach? No. It's just that they needed that. They needed that in there because they were young.
Something else, yeah.
Yeah, they were young. To the poll, everybody's just joining us. The Sixers will finally reach the Eastern Conference Finals. Do you agree or disagree? Chime in. Let us know. I know a lot of people are chiming in. We're going to get all your comments. This is a good question now. Would you guys take Gabe and Brett back to get rid of Howie?
No.
I got to think a little bit. No, probably off the top of my head, no. But I'm on hate the Howie Roseman train right now, and I got $100 million sitting on the bench. I actually contemplate that.
I would do that.
That freaking coconut oil.
I would do that because we know what the Phillies are, so might as well just bring that.
I'm trying to get out of that
coconut oil back.
I'm trying to get out of that. I can't have any more miserable summer.
Come on. We know there's the stupid money's gone, so bring the stupid slogans and the stupid coconut oil back.
Yeah,
I'm in.
Would you like chicken nuggets with the skin off?
Don't do that. Yeah, he puts ice cream in the microwave. Don't do that. No more. I can't have any more miserable summers, Greg. I know we're going to because of the idiot owner. I can't be doing this anymore. But anyway, it's a great question.
All right, so we have 3 agrees right now. I know a lot of people chiming in. Daryl says agree. Yeah. I mean, I think you're going to get a lot of agrees in here.
And I'm going to add that to the list. I also agree with the poll. I think this team has definitely got a lot better in the offseason. Probably the most excited for Sixers team since, well, I was excited last year. I thought this team was going to be Eastern Conference Finals or bust. But we all know what happened. Once one domino fell, everything fell apart, which led to the demise of Brett Brown, which led to Elton Brand almost being shown the door. Luckily, Daryl Morey is here to save him. But I love the move so far. I love what we've done this offseason. Can Doc make the adjustments to these players? I do see us make a very good run in the playoffs once we get to our predictions. I'm really excited to see what this team brings to us this year. Can December 23rd come soon enough? Please.
Is that an agree?
Of course I agree.
Okay, because you said you left a little out there at the end.
I know. I agree. I think this is the year where we're finally going to see Eastern Conference Finals.
We're getting a lot of agrees in the house. Judah, agree. Dylan, agree.
And then here comes this crumb.
Yeah, see this. I don't know where this is going to go, and I have a bad feeling as to where this is going.
I'm okay with that. It's like the Sunday Night Football panel or the Monday Night Football panel. You can't have all the grease.
No,
you don't ever go. All
oh no, I would be more nervous if he does agree. Actually, that's what I'm saying.
Disagree. I hope he doesn't agree.
I don't think. I think he's going to agree personally. If you want to put bets on it because it's hard not to. Like if you look around the East, who has two superstars
in the East?
The Nets.
The Nets.
If you consider Kyrie a superstar when he's never on the goddamn court,
he's a pain. He's a pain, but yeah, he's got the ceiling of one.
The Nets do. Boston do. I mean,
Boston does.
Yeah. Depending on if you consider Holiday a superstar, I don't.
Drew a Holiday.
I don't, but I think the combination of the two is pretty damn good.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's got to be two.
So I would say two teams now. Brooklyn and Boston have the two.
No, Brogdon's not there anymore. It's
who else?
How about the Wizards? The Beal and Westbrook.
The Wizards have two superstars.
Yeah, I mean, they do. I mean, that's
just go through.
What about your Magic, Greg?
Markelle.
Oh, yeah, Markelle and
we keep bringing the Magic, but we haven't gotten James Harden yet, so we're still good here.
Well, it's clock's ticking.
I know. I'm nervous.
No for the Raptors. No for the Pacers. Hawks. No, they're very good, but they only have one.
They're not there.
Bulls. No.
I mean,
Bulls. No. Pistons. No.
The Bucks have two paid superstars in Giannis and. It's not Brogdon, who is just blanking on it.
Is it Chris Middleton?
Yeah.
I
mean, he's getting max money, so I mean, he would be a paid superstar. You know what I mean?
We have three.
Yeah. But don't forget, Timothy Mozgov got a max contract too. And
who would have three?
Right? No, I agree.
Okay, then like you tell me, stop looking at stars. You name me a better tandem. You name me better tandems. That has more potential to be top 10 players than the other side.
I mean,
the only one Washington, you can start making. You can give me an argument. You could maybe make an argument.
Kyrie and KD.
Yeah.
Kyrie and KD.
And I know people are making I know in the comments people are bringing up Miami with Butler and Bam.
Bam's not a superstar.
Bam's not a superstar. Bam's a really good player though.
Yeah.
No, it would be Tyler Hero would be the other guy.
If you want to say like the ceiling for Tyler Hero, then sure.
Like we have two guys, potential top 10 guys, and Boston has that. The Nets have it, right? And just in the East, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Milwaukee, Middleton is what he is, so he's never gonna be a top 10 guy, but he's a damn good player, right? Drew is what he is, never gonna be a top 10 guy, damn good player.
Yep.
Obviously, they have their top two guy in Giannis. So you circle the block a little bit. Washington. Beal still has a ceiling because he's young. Westbrook, what he is, right? Is he going to be a top 10 player at this point? No. Is he a good player still? Do I like Russell Westbrook? He's going to compete. Oh, that's fun stuff. Yeah. But top 10, no. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So if you just circle the block, there's like four of you. You know what I mean? There's like three or four of you.
Well, if we're talking superstar, who's the second superstar in Boston? Because I can't call Jaylen Brown a superstar.
And Kemba, but
Kemba's the one, and then either Tatum or Brown or both.
You got to put it in potential. That's why they're got to be in the conversation because Brown's got better every year. Every year.
He's got a great work ethic too.
Yeah, I can't be like a hater because I hate the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? Like I hate it.
No, I get it. I understand.
Buys it, but both of them two puppies have gotten better every year. Joe and Ben have gotten better every year in different things. The health is a question mark for Ben. I mean for Joe.
And maybe Ben.
Dylan, I'm not saying he's a superstar. I'm saying potential. Who has the potential to have two top 10 players in the East on the same team? That's all we're having a conversation for. Potential. Not saying they're going to be guaranteed, but if you look at trends, Boston's trending that direction with their two kids. They're trending. Maybe not top 10, but shit, two top 15s, you're still in a good spot. All right? Still in a good spot. So even if you want to take it out to the 15, right? Top 15 players. There's not many of you, and you're one of them. We're one of them. That's all my point was. So superstars win. So you got to hope that our two can grow and be better than what's around them. And guess what helps that? A good roster around you, good coaching around you. It all plays a part. The Nets you think have a good roster. Do they have good coaching? I don't know. Time will tell. But go ahead. You were going to say something, Ryan.
Well, I'll just say real quick before we go to Ralphie. People got mad at us when we were like, oh, no to Bam Adebayo. Bam's not carrying a franchise. I'm sorry. Like, I understand he's like, I don't want to call him flavor of the year, but like he's very good. You'd be great for a lot of teams, but he's not a superstar, guys. Like, I feel like superstar gets thrown away way too much. I feel like the Bam we saw last year is Bam. Could he get a little bit better? Yeah, but I don't. He's not a superstar.
No, you're right. He's not a superstar. He's a really good NBA player.
Yeah, yes.
You know, difference. You know, Ben and Joe have the capabilities of being superstars.
Mm-hmm.
Part of being a superstar is being able to do it multiple years.
Yeah.
You know, Bam's only done it 1 year. You know, Tyler Hero obviously was a rookie last year. You know, whether we've gotten over the hump, at least Joel and Ben have put up, you know, all-star level, superstar level numbers multiple years at a time.
And on the court, he's averaging 30 and 15 a night. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves for Joel Embiid.
Steve, really, Steve? Really, Steve, though? I mean, you can say he's better, but every time Ben covers him, he freaking shuts him down for the most part. So, I mean, not shuts him down, but he ain't doing what he does against everybody else.
Ben's got a higher ceiling, too.
I don't even know if that's true.
Ben?
No, I'm just saying, like, they're both freaking filthy, right? Yeah. Like Tatum has gotten better and better and better and better and better. So I'm not gonna say that, like, I'm not gonna say that Ben has a higher ceiling per se, because the one guy is a fucking pimp. That they both have the potential to be top 5 players in this league. I'll say that. And I think that's the conversation. You know what I mean? They both have that potential. Tatum's probably closer because you see it more with the scoring, right? So that's the only thing that like people look at a lot of times. Ben's better defender, way better defender.
Better passer.
Yeah, I mean, all-star's an all-star. Does that?
Yeah, I mean, Kyle Lowry was an all-star. Is he a superstar? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, the all-star and superstar is not the same thing. I'm sorry.
We're talking top 15 players. So that's less than an all-star than 2 all-star teams.
Yeah. So
you're talking about, you know, who comes out of that. I mean, I don't know if you're diving deep into it. Steve, nobody said he'll ever score more than Tatum, but you're relying so much on a guy scoring. If the guy drops 18 to 20 a night and he does everything else, you're not good with that? You know? I don't know. Ralphie, what do you say to the poll, Ralph? Because, you know, I think negativity here.
I agree to the poll as well, so it's a clean sweep.
Damn it.
Last year, obviously, I had them as a top 3 team and go into the Eastern Conference. Actually, I had them going to the finals to play, you know, the good old Lakers in the finals because I wanted it, and obviously you guys would want it as well. But you know, I guess that didn't happen. But this year, I think Doc Rivers does take them over the hump. I do think you guys do get past the second round. I mean, having guys that are in the facility in the organization now that are basketball-minded guys that actually know the X's and O's and will make adjustments throughout the game, unlike Brett Brown did throughout his, you know, course that he's been here in Philadelphia, will help it a lot. And obviously, like you said, Tommy, you know, even in the offseason, accountability, right? I mean, throughout the years that Doc Rivers coaching when he was, you know, with Boston and obviously with the Clippers, there's been a lot of accountability coming from him and his coaching staff. So you get that. And I totally 100% agree to the poll. I think they make it out of the East.
First of all, that's phenomenal. And that's great to hear out of you. We appreciate you. I'm not appreciate. I might have to go on attack mode right now because I don't think people understand potential. When you talk about the potential to be a top 15 player in the league, I'm not talking about the East. In the league, who has them 2 players that have the potential to be top 15 in the league? That's what we're talking about. If you think Bam's top 15 in the league, I don't know. I think that's a little bit of a reach. A little bit of a reach. Little reach. Okay, we know what Jimmy is. This is why we were looking for tandems. This is why we're looking for 2 tandems at the top, the potential to be 2 top 15 players. And who has the best potential for that? Well, the best potential really is Nets track record wise of them 2, their careers. You know what I mean? The potential to do that, right? both be top 15. Fair?
Who, Kyrie and KD?
Yeah, fair.
I think they're top 15 players right now.
That's okay. So we agree there. I don't think Kyrie is right now. I think there's too much baggage. I got to see that. All right, I got to see him because he got Crummish on me. You're taking shots at the best player in the league too, Ralph. Now you're Team Kyrie. Taking shots at your boy over there. Now you're Team Kyrie. I see you. The Sixers are in that conversation of potential.
Yeah.
Right? Boston in the conversation of potential.
Mm-hmm.
Milwaukee not, because Middleton's not going to be a top 15 player in the league.
No.
But they're loaded. Let's not take anything away from that.
Yeah.
They're the deepest. I think they're the deepest roster in the East.
Yep. Agreed. I can't say Washington because I don't think Ross is ever going to be a top 15 player in the league anymore. He just doesn't shoot it well enough. He has the potential to, though, because he could have a monster freaking year. He's carried a lot of teams before. It may be going to be his first.
He could go back and drop triple doubles all year.
Yeah. So he has the potential to. Bradley Beal has the potential to. So you got to add them into the mix in a weird way.
Yep.
Right. So I mean, it's a weird Eastern Conference. I know Mo always says the same thing. Hey, Beal and Westbrook, they can be. You sort of can put them in there.
Yeah, I mean, and the only one really a question of that is Westbrook, because I mean, Beal's probably already there. You know what I mean?
was going to say. I think Beal's the top 15 right now.
Yeah, Vitaly, we're only talking Eastern Conference here, bud. But because I don't know if Porzingis is, Luka definitely is.
Is Luka better than both of them, or is he just better than Ben?
He's definitely.
Did he say better than Ben and Joe? I thought he.
No,
I thought he
he
was
said.
saying
No, I'm
top
asking
15.
a question.
I think he was looking at
Is Luka better than Ben and Joel combined?
You mean like what?
Him higher?
So you're asking who would we rather have? Would we rather have Luka instead of Joel and Ben? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, Ben has a higher upside than Luka. I don't care what anybody's got to say. Really don't care. Luka's filthy. Ben has a higher upside.
Yeah, that guy can play.
No, nobody's questioning. I'm talking about upside. I'm talking about being able to do all things. All things. He can do all things offensively, but the one guy can already play defense at an elite level. That's a difference maker that nobody ever wants to fucking talk about, which is amazing to me. Like, no, we're talking about he'll never score 18, Torrey said. What are you talking about? He's been scored 15, 16 a game. What are we missing here? We're not talking about this drastic jump. We're talking about him going to the line more, right?
Yes,
we're talking about him being more aggressive with the basketball, right? But if you tell me he's not a top 5, he's a first team all defensive player in this league. That's just facts of the matter when he's healthy. So, is Luka ever going to be that? Now, is Ben ever going to be the guy Luka is offensively? No. But who are you going to have more trouble going to the basket with? I mean, who are you going to have more trouble stopping going to the basket? You guys just answer me that question. Like, I mean, like that determines a lot of shit. Determines a lot of shit when you're 6'10" and nobody can stop you.
I mean, they're both good.
Ralph. You're watching it in LA.
Good, dude.
You're watching it in LA. You're watching it in LA right now. You're watching it. You've been watching it, you crumb, with your little championship parade. All right? You've been watching a 6'9" guy who can't be stopped going to the basket at 30 fucking 9 years old, it feels like.
Well, I've always said if Ben Simmons can find a jump shot, he'll be unstoppable. Be more unstoppable. Because then you got to respect the 15-footer.
Don, I know where he was at, Don. I know. I'm just saying maybe Ben probably has a bigger up.
I don't think
he's ever gonna be able to defend like Ben can defend. Somebody freaking riddle me. Somebody sit here and tell me.
Wait, so let me just ask you this then. So because I'm just clarifying.
I didn't compare it first off, Lewan. Somebody brought it up, and then I got hot under the collar.
So you believe that Simmons has a higher upside than Luka, but not because that's what I said earlier, and you said no. You said we can't. Even though we hate the Celtics, we can't say that.
I said I don't know. I don't know who's got a higher upside because they both have potential to be a top 5 player. They're you know what I mean? They're also different in a way. When you're talking about two guards, you're talking about two guards with the ball in their hand all the time. You know what I mean? I'm looking at it as like a guard, as a straight guard position. Not a small forward, which is what Tatum is. Like Tatum has a big upside too. I mean, you're talking about 3 guys that have potential to be top 5 players in this league. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like we're talking about similar shit. So I just been trying to Even when I said to Tatum, I said, but Tatum's never going to be able to defend like Ben. I said that right when we were talking about Tatum. I said he's never going to be able to defend like Ben. But his game's gotten better every year. Luke had a great year last year. But now, he's got to repeat it, which I think he does easily. You know what I mean? Because he's a stud. But I don't know if I would trade them. I don't know if I don't know if I'll trade Ben for Tatum. You know what I'm saying? I don't know because he's an unknown so much. Does that make sense, guys? There's so much he can be, which can make him better than both, maybe.
Yep.
And there's ways that Tatum and both Luka can be better than him and him still develop his whole game.
I think that's why he's such a.
That's why Tatum, real quick, right? That's why I had Tatum a little higher because Tatum can take the ball to the rim still. Luka isn't as strong going to the rim as Tatum is, and that's why I might give Tatum a little bit more of a higher upside than that. That's all.
Yeah, I just think the reason why Simmons is such a polarizing player is just because there's so much unknown with him. I think that's it. It's depending on who you talk to because some people are more worthy or willing to wait for that possible potential or the jumper. And I'm not even I agree. I don't disagree with the jumper thing, but I know what Simmons can be if he plays aggressive. I'm not even there with the jumper. If that comes, then awesome. But I just know what he can be when playing aggressive and going to the line, 10, 12 times a game and improving, as far as the foul shots. That's why he's so polarizing because for some people it's, I'm going to judge based off of what I see now. Some know, hey, it's not about what we see now. It's what we see with the finished product. And some people think the Ben we see now is Ben. And some people, I think like us and a lot of the commenters say, well, this isn't the peak level of Ben. The only thing that's going to stop us from seeing the peak level of Ben is the work ethic of Ben. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you get so many, and that's why it's always a fiery topic with Ben because the guy's potential is freaking skyrocketing, and it's just kind of and also especially in the city, we know this, guys. We expect too much, kind of too early with some people. You know what I'm saying? We expect him to come in, and by game 20, he's LeBron James. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Rome said he would drive Ben the Dallas for Luka.
Yeah. So with that being said, so would I.
I've always said that there's one player in the NBA I'd trade Ben for, and that's Luka.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that he's anything, he's the only guy that's very similar to what we already have. So you kind of know what you would be replacing him with.
I would just say this.
Maybe
this summer I said that, right? And then we regrouped. We saw what was put around everybody. And then we've heard Doc Rivers talk. And we've seen two guys run from organizations when they had the opportunity to coach these guys. Not that they want it for Luka, too, because they would. And that's what we're saying. We're really grasping at what you like more in a player. For anybody that said they would drive him there, I can't disagree with you. I just got such a high upside for Ben. Just like if anybody says they would drive him for Tatum. You know what I mean? Go ahead. I get it. I get it. We're talking about two legit players in this league. You know what I mean? So it's not but Ben doesn't have GOAT potential too. He doesn't have that same potential. I mean, a 6'10" guy who moves like a point guard, who's that fast off the dribble. Tyreek says Ben is like a shiny piece of coal. You can see the diamond, just a little more pressure, and I think you got an MVP on your hands.
I like that comparison.
That's an amazing comment because
I love it.
That's an amazing comment.
Leland, Luke is 21, Ben's 24. Now we're really grasping at straws on age stuff. Ben.
I love Luka, but he's not GOAT. He's not GOAT material. He's not. I don't think he's going to be potentially GOAT material just because he doesn't have the all-around game. I mean, we've sat here before and said, and Ralphie the Crumb even said it tonight. Even if he develops a 15-foot jump shot, Ben Simmons could be borderline unstoppable.
Yeah,
with his speed,
positions.
with his speed, with his height, with his passing ability, with his I mean, everyone blows Giannis, and I'm not comparing, but you add a 15-foot jump shot and the willingness to take the open three, that conversation begins.
Then let me ask you this, Greg, because I don't disagree with any of that. Then why would you then trade Luka for Ben then if you don't think he has GOAT potential? Other than the mom's hot.
I mean, that's the border. That's the the needle. No, I just because and again,
turn on lives alerts then, bro. Like turn on lives alerts then if you need action.
Yeah,
all right?
she doesn't stop talking. She's there. She's there for you.
But I'm just saying because they're so close, like the deciding factor is those few years. You know what I mean? And because Luka was able to come in right away and drop 30 a night.
Drop 30 a night on Ben?
No, he didn't. But
No,
there's
that's the difference maker though. Because these guys got to come play me. Nobody can defend 5 positions like Ben can, right? Nobody can outside of like LeBron probably and Giannis. But I don't think Giannis can even cover a guard like Ben does. Like I think that's a mismatch for Giannis. You understand? Like that's how ridiculous this guy is. He's that ridiculous. So, we're not even we're not even getting him. Like I don't know why as a city we can't just stay in house for a second and understand. Hey, all this conversation and all we realize if we disagreed on stuff a little bit that we got big time potential in this city, and we got the coaching staff that we wanted and the front office to lead it. All right, so. But Don, you never watch him play. How else do you watch him play? All right, you can't get a pop bomb up because your team stinks. All right, so you won't even know what a pop bomb is. All right, and you guys so worried about outside shooting. The dude holds everybody under 30. Like nobody gets over 30 on his ass ever. Like we forget about defense. It just doesn't matter. It never matters.
Oh, go ahead, Tommy.
Nah, that's it.
No, and another thing too with Ben, he's got to realize too that like if he has to open 3, just take it. If it goes in, it goes in. If he misses, he misses. But you have to give the defense, have them be at least thinking about him taking the 15-footer or even the open 3. Just shoot the ball. You don't always have to make it.
No, you don't. And Rome, how long? Like to your point, Ralphie, spot on. He's been working with Sam Cassell, shooting the corner 3 a lot more. So hopefully we see that, right?
Yeah.
You're working with Sammy, and this is what we wanted to see, right? We want to see this coaching staff get their balls on them. Because if this coach staff can't get it out of you, nobody will.
Yeah,
so this is the make or break.
I mean, this coaching staff is loaded with Hall of Famers and guys that love basketball.
Go to Rome. How long are we going to wait for him to turn into Luka LeBron type player? We've been waiting for a while. People are tired of hearing about potential. I'm telling you, now it starts. Now it starts, Rome. If these guys can't get that more out of them. But remember something, Rome, and you're a huge Sixers fan. You know I love you, brother. And you've seen him get better though every year outside of the jumper. And last year was the first year you actually seen him like take it, and we all freaking went nuts. Yeah. But like you've seen him get better at every other facet of the game every year. We got to then believe that one other facet is going to get better, right? We're going to have to believe if everything else has gotten better as a player, that will too.
Because that's the other thing, too. I mean, Tommy, like you said, spot on. He's gotten better every year. Luka came in. Everyone knew Luka was going to score. You know what I mean? It was could Luka be as athletic? That was the knock on Luka, right? Is he athletic enough to continue to play at the high level of the NBA? Well, he proved he was, right? He proved he was, but we all knew Luka coming from over Europe was able to score. Ben has improved every year, and his stats have improved every year, except for the jump shot. I completely agree. But now that's got to be coming.
And even Giannis, too, a guy that really, almost like Ben Simmons, his first couple years in the league, hardly ever shot the ball, right? But these past 3 years, he's been shooting a 3, and then all of a sudden, everything's wide open for him now. Right, he can drive the lane because now the defense has to be honest with Giannis. I see what
you did there.
This is fair. Like by the way, by Amin. Okay, Ben can be the best defender player ever. I love his game, but Luka already has a killer you can't teach. True.
Yeah.
Very true.
This already has their killer.
What'd you say, Tommy?
This team already has their killer.
Yeah, Joel. Yeah.
This basketball team's already built with their killer here.
Yeah.
So I don't need necessarily the other killer.
What I was going to say too with your Giannis point, Ralphie. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't it take like until year 3 or year 4 for Giannis to really take that big jump?
Oh yeah. It wasn't like he got drafted and was the star that he is now.
Okay,
it took him a couple years to get to where he is.
So I just pulled it up, okay? Because we all believe that, like we always talk about, Simmons right now is Giannis light, and we always talk about those two because they're similar in size and stature and, what they can do. And both, what's the critique of them? The shooting. So you look at, Giannis's first year. I'm just talking about points since everyone is obsessed with points and not about defense and what you can do, outside of points. So just points-wise, okay? Because we know Ben's better at everything else pretty much. Giannis in his first year was averaging 7, then 12, then 17. His fourth year, that 12 to 17 was huge. Then he takes a big jump from 17 to 23, then 23 to 27. You know what I'm saying? To where that's 4 or 5 years in.
That's how it goes for like every NBA player ever. For the most part, some guys take that jump in year 2. Sometimes they take that big jump in year 3. What's Ben's?
Yeah, but some of them do, but not all of them though.
I'm not talking about trading any more players, by the way. Rome says Joel is a beast, but for the Sixers to really win, we need a star perimeter wing player. Look at all the championship teams. The Diamond Center era is over. Love Embiid. Is it though? Is it? I mean, I just watched the Lakers. I know AD's different, but he can play in the post. I know. I don't want to believe it's over ever, Rome.
I have Simmons up here. Do you want just points or do you want the rebounds?
Points. Everybody wants to just judge points.
Okay. He went 15.8 rookie year to 16.9 to 16.4.
And 6.4 was last year.
Yep.
All right. So this is where.
I remember he got hurt in the bubble, correct?
Yes, he got hurt in the bubble.
He got hurt 3 times.
Well, yeah.
He got the back early in the year. He had the shoulder early in the year. Then he had the back. Then he came back. Then the knee.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's taking anything from Giannis. I mean,
no, Giannis is great.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close. So, TC, thanks, brother. Great podcast. I'm glad you guys know what the fuck you're talking about.
Thanks, brother.
Try. Marquise, Ben's shooting would make him unstoppable. MVP was improved player all at once. Besides a superstar. Finally, I think. Okay, I probably just read that wrong. Couple more things, and then I'm just gonna read a couple more, and then we'll get into bold predictions.
Yeah, take your time.
Says, the transformation from Giannis was when Jason Kidd made him a point and moved him all through 5 positions. Yeah, I mean, it's all about these players. Yeah, Rome, and that's what I'm hoping this son of a bitch can be. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that he can be that type of player. That's what we were sold on, Rome. We weren't sold on Luka. We were sold on we were getting the next LeBron James, right? What are we sold on with Ben Simmons?
Yeah, LeBron.
The next
LeBron.
Baby LeBron. It's all hurt. Frig, I say I got nightmares. I wake up to, is he LeBron yet? You know what I mean? Is he LeBron?
Cold sweats.
Yeah, cold sweats. Is he LeBron? Look at that. Man.
There we go, baby.
Donovan.
We appreciate you, brother. He said Ben Simmons will average 20, 11, and 9, and that's all we need him for.
Yeah.
Donovan, you might have stole one of my bold predictions.
You know what? Hats off to Daryl Morley, because it's not like the year when Brett Brown, Daryl Morey.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hats off to the guy. You got to get his name right.
Yeah, you sound like Daryl Moley. Like,
yeah, I'm like, who? Man,
but for real though, he said he needed you guys need to go out and get shooters. What does he do? He goes out and gets you guys shooters. You know, the one year when Brett Brown said, we're superstar hunting, and you know how that year
happened. That year, Ralphie, we got taller.
Yeah, right.
And Jimmy Butler and Jimmy Butler
says, "Hey, stupid money." Oh, JT. Sorry, buddy.
We don't. Okay, I'm cutting you off.
JP, I'm not saying Ben's LeBron. I'm saying what we were sold on. It's a big difference. The capabilities. Being their body makeups per se. And Ben looks even bigger this year than he did the last time we seen him. So, I mean, that's always a positive. and his jumper, anytime you see him shoot it, looks smooth. So it's not like it looks tight or weird like Fultz is, right? So you hope it's there. You hope you find it. Whereas in both predictions, Greg, I guess that has a throwback Orlando Fultz jersey.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
You guys want to get into some of the bold?
Yeah, go ahead, Frank. You
Yeah.
go first.
Go ahead, Frank.
All right. Do we want to do the Sixers? Do we want to do the NBA prediction?
Whatever you'd like, Frank.
Sixers
All
first.
right. Well, I got to go stay on my room because I'm getting a race car bed.
Oh my God.
So for my Sixers prediction,
Oh,
I'm gonna go.
Give them all. Give them all.
All right. So let's start with the 10-9-8s. All right. So my first bold prediction: we're finally going to see the coming out of Ben Simmons, and it's gonna start with a 40-point game.
Nice.
He's going to get his first career 40-point game this season. I think it's going to happen. I'm a little bit cheating here because I actually used this prediction for the bubble show, and of course we all know what happened. Ben got hurt. T.J. Warren goes off, and then a bunch of things happen. BB goes bye.
It's fine, Frank. You were just 5 months too early. So it's okay.
I know. It's okay to be premature. It's
Frank,
all
I'm going to
good.
interrupt you for a second. Just for 1 second. JP, I'm on Facebook. Stop with all the angry emojis because you're upset because you don't like Ben. I can feel it. You don't want 40 from Ben. And what do you want? That's what you're hammering in the page. We let you come off on Friday. We let you talk, and then you're gonna hammer us with negative, angry faces. Come on.
I guess
Come on.
I guess he's in the bathroom with the Avengers again.
Oh.
Continue,
Don't
Frank.
worry, guys. There's no actual race car bed.
You want to be on it. So the TC boy, if he was really standing for a race car bet, it would be his last show. So,
You ever see Grandma's Boy when he walks in his room?
Ralph, it's not your turn, Ralph.
It's
It's
a
not your
race car bed.
turn.
Yeah, but it's a sweet car.
Such a great movie.
I love it.
All right. My second bold prediction. I mean, this is probably not bold, but I do believe Daryl Morey is going to make a move prior to the deadline, but it's not going to be a splash move, as everybody's going to say. Everybody's going to say James Harden or Zach LaVine or Derrick Rose or yes, it's those three. Many people are talking about.
LaVine. I'll headbutt Zach LaVine.
Yeah,
I might be the biggest Zach LaVine hater of all time.
yeah. Everybody's talking about this guy.
Don't. Let's not do this again.
I hate people who play for shit teams and can't make them better. If you're so good, you want to win fucking 15 games. All right? All right? Even
Yeah, don't you think that's a little bit on the organization too, and not surrounding him with?
Sure. I thought the Sixers coaches were dope. They somehow won 50 freaking games with Ben and Joe when they were puppies. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that Zach LaVine's better than Ben Simmons when Ben Simmons can take a team with a bunch of jabrones and probably win 40-something games.
Don't forget Ben Simmons won 18 in a row without Joel. So I mean,
Exactly. I
don't
never
forget
want to
that.
hear Ben Simmons for Zach LaVine. I'll punch somebody square in the face. That's all. I'll square somebody up.
Did somebody ever say? Someone really say that?
Yeah. Have you been in here on Wednesday nights recently?
Hello.
Like 6 to midnight over Zach LaVine. Like, oh my God, dude, the guy wins 15 games a year. He's been in the league forever, and he's never won, I don't think, more than 25 games anywhere. If he's won 30, he deserves a cookie. Okay, literally deserves a couple cookies, or you freaking get him a handy, or get him a night out with Harden and John Wall. I don't know what to tell you, but at the end of the day, Zach LaVine can't hold Ben Simmons' jock strap when it comes to being an overall really good basketball player. Everybody falls in love with a dunk and a 40-point performance. All right, shut up. Who said Ben's this? Wilfredo. It's a great name. But Ben Simmons is the Wentz of the Sixers. That makes zero sense. There's zero way to make that make sense. So that's all. Thanks, Frank, for Zach LaVine. Continue. You didn't have to do that. You knew better than that. And I know you're trying to get out of here. You knew better than that. You're going to put me in a corner. You put baby in a corner.
I didn't say we were going to trade for him. I didn't say we were going to.
You brought his name up, Frank. It's like PTSD. Okay. Oh, a joke, Frank. You're supposed to. You can laugh. Nobody's upset with you.
All right. And my last bold prediction. I'm going to say both Ben and Joel will make an All-NBA team.
Nice. All right.
would have been better without the weirdness mixed in right in the last 10 seconds. Yeah, I mean, we would have probably enjoyed it more just to, let everybody. No, that was actually better than what he just did. Like, I never want to see that again. Like, I might wake up in the middle of the night to that fucking lamp. So, is he back there? Love you,
Yeah.
Give us your NBA.
All right. My NBA poll predictions. Let's see. Let's go with my first one. This will be a little bit shocking to some, but I'm going to go with LaMelo, James Wiseman, and Anthony Edwards. The top 3 in this year's NBA draft will not win the Rookie of the Year.
Who will?
Well, there's a certain rule in.
Oh, Ben Simmons, right? Ben Simmons is winning it.
Absolutely not, because bubble players are eligible for this year in the Rookie of the Year voting.
What?
Who?
Mm-hmm. Bubble players. If a player made their debut in the bubble, they are eligible for Rookie of the Year.
Bobo,
Rookie of the Year.
Price, there's 0% chance of that happening, but
he's back. He's back.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think who that was. I was like, who was that guy?
You better put some respect on Bobo. Bobo. I thought I had his face in here.
Yeah, Bobo's not going to win, but that's bold though. That's the purpose of bold.
It's bold. It's bold for bold. So
next.
All right, my next one. I'm going to go with 2 playoff upsets in the Eastern Conference, and this is I'm going to go with one assumption. 1, James Harden will go to the Nets. The Nets will fall in disarray in the playoffs and get upset. The other team getting upset, Milwaukee gets upset.
Again?
Again.
For the 4th straight year?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. That is true. They haven't made the finals in 4 years so far.
I don't see it happening. I think it's path for the Sixers to make a run for the ECF, and that's where I went with the agreeing with that. Was I'm hoping those 2 teams, Brooklyn and Milwaukee, will collapse in the playoffs.
I agree, Rome. It's going to be LaMelo. DB says ball stealing our wives. Yeah. Women is way over.
Is that all, Frank?
Oh, my last one. I'm going to go with the Phoenix Suns make a run in the playoffs in the West.
Damn it!
What would a run be?
Did they upset the Lakers in round 1 as the 8th seed?
No, I think they. Well, going into this year, they're going to put in that 7-10 play-in tourney. From what I heard, the Suns will probably squeak in either as the I believe I don't have the actual standings in my head.
As the 7 or 8 seed, only 8 make it.
I know, but 9 and 10 also get to play.
But they don't make it, Frank.
I know.
So it would be the 7 or 8 seed, Frank.
Well, just look at the way they played at the end of last year, dude. They're going to be probably going to be like a 6 seed.
They're going to be way higher than an 8th.
They're not a 7 or 8 seed anymore. The days are over.
Yeah.
Days are over. The way they just played in the bubble and they've upgraded their team tremendously with Chris Paul. They are no longer a 7 or 8 seed. Them days are over.
Excited.
Yeah, they should be jacked up. They're a 5 or 6 seed, easy. With potential.
That means they get to beat the Lakers in the 2nd round then.
Oh man,
Probably already did. Don. Larson's sleeping with everybody. Listen, whoever gets on Larsa Pippen's arm seems to have good years. I mean, she's like the dick whisperer. You know what I mean? Like you just go out and drop.
Ben, somebody make a call. Somebody make a call for Ben.
I blow this guy.
Turbulence talk.
Yep.
The Nets. That's our brother Joe. My bad.
False alarm.
Connor's about to be on attack mode.
So who the hell is this guy? Who is this guy? It's like, oh, it's our friend.
Kane said the Sixers shooters shoot well. They were going to be very good. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I can't go with the Blazers out west. I'm on.
No.
But I like where he has that with the Sixers. But again, when you talk about the Blazers, they're one of them teams that can be sleepy because they got two guys who can flat out stroke. And if guys stroke, you know what I mean? You know how that can go in a series for teams. You know what I'm saying? It's the NBA can be weird. Now, I don't think they're coming out of the West until somebody takes out LeBron. I mean, they are loaded. They are loaded. And I hate to say it. Loaded. Got 2 units that are coming out and probably better than your 5. Nancy
Tanya, go beat her with a stick.
Why? I worked so hard. Why?
I can't wait till Ben shoots this year, though. And all these comments go away.
Yep.
Like, it's the most overplayed thing in the world when a guy's a good player. You know what I mean? Like, we know it. We all see it. We see him do fadeaways in practice and shit, and it's smooth as shit. And it's like he's doing it on purpose. So like he's like trolling us. Like, just wait. Just wait, guys. It's great. God love it. God love it. We're getting trolled by Ben Simmons. Not only is Liv trolling us, Ben's doing it too. I really feel like that way. Like, has there been a video you watch him shooting and say, am I getting punked? Like, where are the cameras? Like, am I getting punked right now? Right? Ralphie probably agree with it too, as a Lakers fan. Like, all his little highlight videos in the gym versus other dudes, like the 5-on-5, he's hitting fucking fadeaways like Kobe, and you're like, am I getting punked? Like, you and your sister up to no good. Like, I feel like you're punking me. Like, 2020 would not surprise me if this dude came out and all of a sudden you're like, he just hit a fadeaway?
Yeah, right.
Kobe!
Oh, my God. Listen, I'll tell you right now. If Frank's right, and he comes out game 1 and somehow drops 40, which I don't know if that's happening, and he's shooting the basketball and he's hitting fadeaways, I will literally walk down Broad naked. Just with an A2D thong on. An A2D thong with no notes on the thong part. All right? No notes on the thong part. I will walk down Broad if that dude's hitting consistent jumpers and drops 40.
Alex, 106.50, Alex.
Just want to let you guys know, 25% off Philly drinkers.
Get all your ATD merch.
Yep.
Coming soon, a thong with no notes.
Yep.
Frank, Ted wants to know before
I don't know if I go.
Oh, hold on.
You going to the race car bed?
No.
The hell? Do you fall again?
Nah.
Okay.
DB says Ben is going to be activated this year. Doc is going to be like, activate Ben 3-point initiative protocol. You're right. It's going to be something different. Leland said, if Ben's hitting jumpers, get me an ATD I just don't. I mean, like, game 1, I'm saying that thing goes away after game 1. Like now I'm praying, like, don't you fucking fade away. I got to put a number on this now. It's got to be like he would have to attempt over 5 jumpers outside of 15 feet for that to even happen. There's nobody out there, Hills. Nobody's out there. We've been in the city. Nobody's out there. There's nobody even around. It's like a ghost town. It's like Walking Dead. They'll be happy somebody's out there at this point. Whole city's shut down. They'll be jacked up. Be the most. I'm not going to say the other thing. The most excited the city's had since. I'm just going to leave it there. Where are we at?
Did somebody have a question for Frank?
No, I just want to know your most improved player and your MVP.
Let's see. Most improved player. You know what? Let me go with Mr. Glass, Michael Porter Jr.
That's disrespectful.
Most improved, though. Pretty good freaking year.
Damn.
Didn't he just?
I'm not a fan of Michael Porter Jr. I mean,
who got most improved this year, Frank? Bam?
It was Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram, yeah.
Bam the year before? Was Bam the year before?
Bam, I'm not sure what
no,
Bam
he won something though. I know he won something big.
Oh yeah, a little trophy or something.
But yeah, looking at I was looking at the odds for most improved player. The two odds on favorites, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jamal Murray are both favorites. Michael Porter Jr. was the second favorite.
How the frick are you on the wrong numbers? I feel like
Siakam won it last year.
I feel like you're on last year's, Frank. How is Porter? How's Michael Porter Jr.? This is weird to me. Like, how's Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray the favorites for most improved player?
Doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I never understood how most improved player works when you have a guy like Jamal Murray who's averaging almost 20, 24, 23 points a game every night. I mean,
I don't even know.
How was that improved?
Siakam was
it's the NBA. Everybody gets an award.
Yeah, Dylan
Siakam
says
was 2019, by the way.
Yeah.
Greg.
Yeah, I know.
Ingram was 2020.
Ingram was last year. Siakam, Oladipo.
Siakam makes sense to me. Ingram doesn't make sense to me.
No, Ingram was already a top guy.
Yeah.
It's weird how that works. Okay. No, it's fine.
It's really weird.
So I guess what you're saying is not wrong, because if Murray came out and averaged like 35 a night, then he most improved and MVP. Double dip.
And then your MVP, Frank?
My MVP, let's see, last year was Giannis.
Troy said Horford. As he's dropping 20 a night.
Yep, here we go.
Centerpiece.
Is that where he's at, OKC? Is that where he ended up?
Yep.
OKC making the 8th seed because Al Horford dropping 40.
Look at JP. Loves his Bam. Bam most improved. My goodness.
MVP.
Love a night out with Bam in a local Miami club. One of you, JP. I like to cook him up for dinner. All right, Frank. Whenever you're ready.
Frank
I'm going to go with Luka on this one.
Of course you would.
MVP?
Yeah.
Of course you would, the way the night's going.
Yep.
Yep, the guy we don't trade for.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Welcome to Philly.
Anything else, Frank?
You shut up, JP. Rome says Luka MVP. Yeah, he's right with you, Frank. Well, since we're just on MVPs,
Luka.
Not mine.
Luka.
I'm gonna say LeBron.
It's actually in one of my bold predictions, or one of my predictions for this year.
Oh.
For the NBA. And he plays for the team I really hate, and he plays for Boston, but I'm gonna go in the dark. I'm gonna go Jason Tatum wins it this year. MVP.
I'm changing it.
I think it can go I think this is the way it's going to work. LeBron's going to get MVP one of the next 2 years. You can book it, stamp it. All right. Whoever you need to freaking tell ahead of time, write it in your little freaking diary and your notes in your phone. LeBron will be an MVP one of the next 2 years. Book it. Book it. It's almost like a going away party in a way. Like going away gift. He's going to get one. This is the way the NBA works. This is the year he would get one too, because they're freaking loaded. And his life's easier. He'll distribute more. He'll look better. Like, it's just about, can he stay fresh for 72?
I just don't know if he's going to play. I don't think he's going to play a lot for the first month.
They always wait to do it, though. Yeah. It's like they never really announce it. When do they really announce it? I feel like they don't announce it until after the year anyway.
It's like after
the regular season, they do the awards and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. They're supposed to, but it's sometimes.
I'm going, because honestly, this goes along with one of my predictions. I'm going Damian Lillard, MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a good one.
That's a great name. I mean, there's a lot of great names. AD's being mentioned. I just think LeBron gets one of the next 2 years. And for right now, his team is loaded. So the NBA loves LeBron, and rightfully so. Who won it? Did LeBron get it this past year?
It was Giannis, I believe.
Giannis.
When's the last time LeBron's got one?
LeBron last won it.
2003.
No way.
Yeah, it's because 15 was Durant, 16 was Russ, 17 was, oh my gosh,
2013, 2012-13 was the last time LeBron
was the last time he got it.
Yeah, back to back Giannis.
But he's been top 3 every year though.
Well, of course.
Book it. book it. They give it to him for last year. They give it to him for coming back and coming back and not throwing a hissy fit about playing quickly, right? They freaking hand deliver it to him.
And Anthony Davis got snubbed for Defensive Player of the Year. I think the stats were he had 30 more steals than Giannis and 60 more blocks than Giannis. And they still gave it to Giannis.
Ralphie, the trophy's coming to you.
Both of them got snubbed.
Trophy's coming to you this year.
But you got the end of the year trophy. Shut the hell up.
You know it's coming, Greg. You know
it is. I don't disagree with you at all.
Because look at it all. They're going to give it to him for last year almost, right?
That's what they do.
Right? And then they're going to give it to him for not throwing for any stink at coming back and playing.
That's why they gave Cleveland all those number one picks after he left. That's why they gave us the number one pick for Ben Simmons after Hinkie left. Because the NBA just, rewards you for past mistakes or for putting up with it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's been too long for their golden boy to have not won it.
Exactly, JP. I think it'd be cool, LeBron and Bronny playing together. I mean, I don't think anybody would.
It'll happen in Cleveland. He'll go after the next year. His next contract is up. He'll go back to Cleveland and play with his son because we both know
23 is the last year's deal.
Yep. TTP, what up, baby?
What's up, TTP?
Greg, who do you have as your MVP?
Markel Fultz.
Evan Fournier.
Nikola
Did you say Isaac?
Mo Bamba.
No, there's a lot of good names out there. I mean, we'll go Devin Booker just to change it up.
I originally thought Devin Booker as well.
I like it because they do flavors of the week and the month and the year.
And I agree. I think they're going to be a name in the Western Conference.
Yeah, agree.
Greg, is that you? Is that you, Greg?
It's not my burner.
Listen, I'm a big Kevin Durant guy, guys. Like I really always have been. You know, but like this is not an easy goddamn injury.
No.
I mean, you all got to realize what the Achilles is, dude. The Achilles is a game changer for athletes. And I know you're telling me it's 2020, but you got to look at the age of when it happened.
Especially for basketball, too, because majority of the time you're pushing off.
Clay, it's different. Clay was younger. Now, you get hit with another injury. Now, it's worse, right? Yeah. But, like, KD's at that certain age where, like, you don't want the Achilles to go, right? And I'm not comparing it to football, but, like, I don't think he has his best year this year. I think he needs that another year to really – you'll see KD because he can just flat out shoot it, right? But I don't think all the athleticism will be there right away. I don't know. I could be wrong, guys. I could totally be wrong. I just think that injury's tough, and it's tough to –
Any chance Curry gets it?
Huh?
Any chance Curry gets it?
MVP?
Yeah.
No, I think his days of getting MVP are.
There's a chance.
I mean, he'll be up there, but I don't think he gets it.
Okay. All right.
I think if you connect all the dots, it's like it's like
he won back to back, correct?
Yeah, and I think it was the one of them was unanimous. I mean, the almost undefeated.
The second one was.
Yeah, the 2016 was. Yeah. Yeah, I
like
think you're right.
I just think this one just shapes up for a LeBron win of the MVP.
Let's hope so.
Not that it really matters.
Do we?
Rum says he'd have a field day in his group if Devin Booker won MVP.
Oh God, yeah.
I think he talks about trading Ben for Devin all the time.
Yep. You guys want to dive into the rest of the Sixers bolts?
Yeah, I'll go next.
All right, I will disappear on this one. Enjoy the rest of the show. And for our Jewish viewers, have a very happy Hanukkah. Don't have any technical fouls. And have a crazy night so Hanukkah Harry can bring you wonderful gifts.
Bye, Frank.
Oh,
yeah. Why am I on here and frozen up here?
Oh, he's still here. I don't know.
Oh my God! Did he like click me on? He must have clicked me on when he went out.
I don't know. I just saw you appear and I froze.
Just I'm like relaxing up here. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta mix everything into a freaking event.
I don't know. He's still here, by the way. He's still back here.
I know. He makes everything into a group event, and we appreciate it. He didn't give us go birds though. Yep. Go birds. Yeah. There he is. There he is. Totally redeemed himself.
Ted with the breaking news. Frank, you're suspended from A2D. Indefinitely. Ralphie.
All right. I will go. Oh, man. Here we go. Well, my 3 bold predictions for the Sixers. Number 1 bold prediction is that Doc Rivers wins Coach of the Year.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay.
All right. Number 2.
I'm going to go pee too, because again, I don't want to hear these because I feel like we're all going to say the same shit. So hopefully Greg comes back soon. So I'll go late.
Hopefully Greg gets back.
I'll go late.
Okay.
Enjoy yourself,
We'll see you
Ralph.
Yep.
Talking good about the Sixers. Soak that in.
I'll also leave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Number 2 on the bold predictions. Last week I didn't have him as a starter in my lineup. So, I mean, he'll obviously start some games, but I have Seth Curry wins 6th Man of the Year.
Ooh, okay.
And then my last one is Joel Embiid will be a top 3 MVP candidate for bold prediction.
So you have a lot of similar ones to me, but I just have it with different players. So that's good. That's a good sign for the Sixers because that means we're high on different players. I like those. Greg, I'll go next because I have a feeling you probably have 2 out of my 3.
Ralph, what was your first one?
Doc Rivers wins Coach of the Year.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Oh, Tristan has a question for you, Ralphie, before I go.
I do not, Tristan. All love, though, brother.
But listen, that's a great Christmas gift if you want to send Ralph. Ralph, if you want to provide a P.O. box,
yeah, open up a P.O. box.
Yeah. It is the holiday season. So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Get your E2D merch at phillydrinkers.com.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Let's see. He's asking prediction for all-star starters. I mean, that's a loaded question.
That's tough, Colin.
Do we have 7 hours to really break it down? My 3 Sixers bold predictions are as follows. Number 1, Ben Simmons in the 2020/2021 season will finish with an average of 20 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists. So 1 rebound shy of averaging a triple-double for the season.
What was it for Ben Simmons?
20 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists, which is about a 3-point improvement for scoring. I believe like a 1.5 rebound improvement and about a 2 assist improvement. But like we say, I think he's going to really get better with assists because he's surrounded by guys that can help him and he can help. Rebounds, he's going to be more available because of the spacing. And points, I think he's going to be more aggressive, and I think he's going to get to the line more. And like I said, having that shooting would obviously, help him with the scoring as well. See, this is where I think it's interesting, Ralphie, because you said who would be a 6th Man of the Year candidate?
Seth Curry.
I believe Shake Milton will be a 6th Man of the Year candidate because
you're shitting me.
Oh, Mr. freaking Furkan Korkmaz, are you high right now?
He's gonna start getting in his feels.
No, I had the same thing.
Oh, I thought you were calling me like an idiot.
No, I mean,
okay, so good. So I
shoe fits.
Oh yeah, Furkan. Okay, hon, it's fine. Just change it for Furkan. It's okay. Because listen, there's actually odds on Furkan being that based off of Doc Rivers' comments that he's going to be like a huge contributor. So I'm not saying there's a good chance, but there's more than a 0% chance of that happening. But no, I mean, you look at the last 4 out of the last 5 years. Okay, just for example, 6th Man of the Years. Who were they coached by? Doc Rivers. We know the mold of Shake Milton, at least in Doc Rivers' eyes, fits a Lou Williams. You know what I'm saying? More defensive Lou Williams. And obviously he has big plans for Shake Milton like he does for a couple other guys. So instead of Ralphie having Seth Curry as a 6th Man of the Year candidate, I have Shake Milton. And my final Sixers prediction is that the Sixers will have 3 All-Stars in the All-Star game.
Nice. Nice. Who are your three? Obviously, Ben and Joel. And who's your third?
No, it's not Ben. It's Furkan. It's Mike Scott. And Paul Reed. No. It's Ben, Joel, and Tobias.
Nice. Tobias getting some love tonight, finally.
What do you mean, finally? What are you? Were you his burner? You his agent now?
Your turn, Greg. If you want to go.
Greg's searching. That's why I got quiet. I'm telling you, I knew I just had a feeling Greg and I had a couple that we shared. Did I take your other one too, Greg?
No, that was the only one.
Okay.
That was the only one. I was because I knew there's only so many, guys that could be top whatever, an MVP, whatever. There's so many of those. So I was trying to be a little bit different, right? So one of my first bold predictions is my guy, Furkan Korkmaz, is going to shoot 45% from the 3-point line.
Love that.
Ooh.
Don't like him, but I love that.
That's a nice little touch.
And by the way,
he shot 40% last year, so that's going to be an increase of 5% shooting.
Yeah. Okay. I don't mind that. And Yusuf, real quick, he says, question to the panel, do you guys consider Damian Lillard a potential MVP candidate? He's my prediction. He is my prediction.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that walks in the gym and is open and willing to take the shot is always got is always in the running. It's just how far can he take the Blazers, right? That's what it's going to come down to.
What's your next one, Greg?
My next one is going to be Ben Simmons shoots more than 30 3-pointers this year.
30? 3-0?
3-0.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't say make. I said shoot.
Yeah.
How many?
He's
Okay.
Shoot. He's going to shoot 30.
30.
Mm-hmm.
He'll shoot 30
or more.
Now this doesn't have to be an official prediction, but just if you think he'll shoot 30, how many will he make?
15%.
Shut up.
So how many would that be?
About
you said it, not me.
10% of 30 is 3, right? So 15% would probably be 3 and change, 4 maybe.
Ralph just went to the calculator.
I'm gonna go. He's making 10 of them.
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
He's gonna make 10 because I don't think the shot's broken. I just think he's just unwilling. You know what I mean? So once you become a willing shooter, and once you start seeing a couple drop,
yeah. I just think for him too, like I said before, I think he thinks that when he shoots, it has to go in from a 3. You know what I mean? Like if he takes the 3, he has to make it. Somebody's got to tell him, listen, Ben, you don't always have to make the 3. Just shoot it. Just shoot the ball. You miss it, you make it. Amazing.
Yeah, I completely agree. It like we've talked about before, Ralphie, on shows and off shows. He's a victim of his own greatness.
Yeah.
If he doesn't feel like he can do something great, he's not going to do it. He's a perfectionist.
And then my third and final bold prediction, Joel Embiid will win Defensive Player of the Year.
Joel, you said?
Joel.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Let me get to some of these comments before Tom gets back and we do before we go to NBA. David Reynolds, Sixers bowl predictions. And fam, give us your Sixers and NBA bowl predictions. We'll read them off, all throughout the show, but especially now. He says, Sixers bowl predictions. Terrence Ferguson sees more minutes as the season goes on. I agree. Do we agree with that, guys?
I do.
Yeah. Because he can, his shooting dipped off a little bit this year. But when he was with OKC, I think, 2 years ago, he was a lights-out shooter.
Dwight Howard does not finish the season with us. Greg, how much is he making?
I think it's like 2.4, 2.5.
Yeah, not much.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it was like 6, I would say maybe he gets attached. But no, I disagree with that.
And it's a 1-year deal as well. So
yeah, I disagree. And Tobias averages 20 plus points per game. I agree with that.
I like that.
I agree with the Tobias.
Because I believe he averaged about 22 last year. And when Tom gets back, once we're done with the bold predictions, I have a handful of like over-unders for you guys as far as scoring. Let's see.
He averaged 19.6 last year. The following year in 18, he averaged 18.2. So it's been going up.
Okay. Tyrese Maxey finishes as a top 3 Rookie of the Year candidate. I wanted so badly to put that on there. I just think it's so much unknown. I don't know how much playing time he's going to get in the first half of the season.
That's the only thing I would question as well, right? Is how much run is he going to get?
Yeah.
But talent-wise, there's nothing wrong with that. And, and I guess if that's a bold, if that's a bold prediction, then yeah, absolutely. I mean, kid's got talent.
Yeah,
and
he fits exactly what we need.
If he's able to come in and provide, some instant offense off the bench, or even just solidify, that starting lineup, then yeah, absolutely that could happen. That would be best case scenario, right?
Yeah, and he fits the type of player that we've needed for so long. And I hate bringing up his name, but I feel comfortable because we may have a future Magic fan in the building. He kind of fits of what we tried with Fultz. So we're just a flat-out scorer that can eventually get off a shot and a bucket whenever we need him to. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a lot of guys right here that can't create their own shot, or score.
What do you mean? Like, now you guys don't have a lot of guys that can create their own shots?
We've had.
Oh, okay.
You know
I missed that. Yeah.
TTP says, my bold predictions. Joel comes in runner-up for scoring champ. Love that.
Yeah.
Ben shoots 70% from the line. What did he shoot last year, guys?
I'll look it up.
62.1.
There you go.
Makes sense, because I think he's going to improve. He needs to improve, and I think that's going to be a big part of his game because he's going to drive the lane a lot. We finished 2 or 3. We finished winning 2 or 3 or more of our road.
2/3.
2/3.
I thought he meant like 2 or 3 road games. I thought he meant like 2.
That would be an improvement off of last year.
That's why I read it.
2 or 3 road games would be a step up.
Well, how many did you guys even win last year? Because didn't you guys go on a stretch where you were like,
I don't know.
Wasn't it like, weren't you guys like 0-9 at one point on the road to start the year? It was like something bad.
Ralph, why are you bringing up bad times?
I'm just saying. I apologize.
How about you just say that to yourself? Okay.
I apologize.
Maybe write it down on a piece of paper and just like send it in the mail.
Use notes like Frank does, so we can read it, but we don't have to actually hear it verbalized. You know what I mean?
David also says, is Isaiah Joe on our official roster or going to be our G League team? If he's on our team, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in an increase in playing time to his shooting ability.
I know it's a two-way deal, so they got him on a two-way deal. Excuse me.
Yeah,
no, they don't. They have Paul Reed on a two-way deal. Excuse me, I got them mixed up.
And when they signed Isaiah Joe, there was something interesting. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it caught me off guard because it was like the contract didn't fit the mold of something that's just going to be a G League guy. Like, I don't know if it had more guarantees or there was years. It was something interesting. And I know they're high on him because they gave him an early promise way in the draft process saying that if he was available in the second round, they were taking him. And to David's point, he provides, obviously a shooting capability. I just think he needs to get bigger. You know what I'm saying? He's just really
he inked a 3-year deal.
Okay.
With the first 2 seasons guaranteed for a total of 2.4.
Gotcha.
The total of the value of the deal is nearly 4.2 if Joe remains on the roster 22-23. And the Sixers used the mid-level exception for that.
Gotcha. Yusuf, no, we're
yes,
waiting.
Because of his shooting, I could see him on this team. I don't know. He can shoot, but so I just don't know how far we're going to get down the depth chart outside of, especially early, outside of just, certain situations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ralph, I dare you to put that up again. There's only one person that could put up the Mona Lisa, and it's me. Okay.
To be honest, I actually forgot it was.
Oh, you forgot. Yeah, you forgot. You forgot.
Yeah, Buzzy got me. Yep. Full time with a 3-year deal.
I believe he's asking who is the second leading scorer on the Sixers, Ben or Tobias. I've got Tobias.
Yeah, I'll go Tobias as the second leading scorer.
Yeah, Yusuf, we're waiting for Tom so he can do his Sixers, and then we're doing NBA. Let's see. Colin says bold predictions. Oh, I saw the bottom one almost made me go cross-eyed. Joel, I'll get to that. Joel, Ben, and Tobias all average 20 points, 20 plus points per game. I agree with that. Do we all agree with that?
That would be nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go disagree with that one.
Based off of Ben?
Who,
yes,
Ben?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, I have Ben at 20. I have Tobias around like 21, 22, and I have Joe at like 27. Maxey becomes a starter halfway through the season. I don't even know if that's bold. I think that's happening. That's their plan, honestly. And I know he's 19, but I think they're so high on the kid. And like I've said before, he fits the role of what we need. Unless they go out and they make a big splash and they bring in another Zach LaVine or something like that, then honestly, I could see that really happening. Mike Scott shoots 40% from three if he isn't traded. What did he shoot last year? And I almost am afraid to ask. I feel like it's in the 20s. Actually, I might know that.
How many games did he even play in last year? That should be the real question.
Too many, Ralphie. Too many.
He shot 36.9 last year.
Oh, okay. So I disrespected him a lot.
Round that up would be 3% away.
Yeah,
He's
but no.
Career 36.4 shooter.
So that'd be a good year for him then. If he's averaging 36 for his whole career. That'd be a great year for Mike Scott. The Hive will be back in full force, Ralphie.
He is eclipsed 40% 3 times in his career. 2017-18, 2018-19.
When we traded for him.
And
probably when he was with the Wizards or something.
Well, no, I'm sorry. They had the total year and then his time with us. So, yeah, 2018-19, the year we traded for him, overall he shot 40%. With us, he shot 41%.
Oh.
So with the Clippers, he was at 39.
But how many games, does it say how many games he played with us during that year?
27. Gotcha,
okay.
Let's see. Hill said, bold prediction, I think Ben leads the league in assists. I think he's going to be in top 3. LeBron won it last year, right? Right, Ralphie?
Yes, he led the league in assists, yep.
Who cares?
And I believe he had 10 points. If somebody could check, Ralphie or Greg, I believe he had 10.2. He averaged 10.2 assists per game last year.
Yeah, it was like 10.2, 10.4, something up there, yeah.
So if I have been averaging around 10, there's a shot. And I think Trae Young was second, like 9.8, 9.7. So no, and again, he's surrounded by shooters now, or more shooters than he has been. Let's see. Not sure if that's bold, but with the Sixers shooters, I feel like 11 plus. It feels like 11 plus assists. I'm not going 11 there, but at least 10. I'm comfortable in saying that. JP saying Cole Anthony, Rookie of the Year.
Nice.
He's on the Magic, right, Greg?
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Rocking his dad's number, by the way, too. Number
10-2. 10-2 for Crum. Ben was at 8 even. Ben was tied for 5th with Dame.
He was 5th, so he was already top 5 last year.
Yeah.
I mean, he's listed as 6th, but he was tied same assist per game as Dame.
Okay.
LeBron, Trey, Luka, Ricky, Dame, Ben.
Ricky Rubio?
Mm-hmm. No, Ricky Fowler.
Well, no, that guy sucks.
That's right.
That was my guy.
Those new Cobra drivers look sick though.
They're rad, bro.
It's a great movie. Bro. You guys probably have no idea what that movie is, but Rad is a great movie.
TTP says if Maxey starts, then Curry comes off the bench or Green. Curry's not a starter. Curry's not a starter. At least long term. If he starts the year, sure, just because he fits the role and he's a veteran. But now he's not a starter, in my opinion. Marquise has given his Wow, he's given all of his. He's going rapid fire. So he's got Doc, Coach of the Year, Ben, Defensive Player of the Year, Embiid, MVP. This is getting good. This is getting good. I mean, can we just say championship then? Can we just say that? Let's see, Seth or Shake, sixth man player of the year. Okay. And Ben, most improved player. Sixers winning every award won't shock.
This is how the NBA goes, though, right? I mean, Marquise is spot on because this is how the NBA goes, right?
They go in clusters.
It's like and because now they have, now they have Doc as the face. Now they have Daryl Morey, right, running the show. It's like, oh, we can now market these guys, and because they're all like the NBA team now. This isn't the old Sixers that tried to buck the system. So there's no reason why that couldn't happen.
Elijah says the Sixers will start the year 10-0. Well, they started 6-0 last year, and we see how that panned out for us. So,
but it wasn't 10-0.
But it was 6-0, Ralphie.
But it wasn't 10-0.
But you can't get to 10. But you can't get to 10-0 unless you start 6-0.
Yep.
Just saying. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm just going to move.
Me neither.
Didn't they start 10-0 a couple years ago?
Who?
No.
No, they started real bad the first 2 years. Real bad. Like they started
real bad.
Like the first year of Ben and Joe, I think it was the same year the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Remember that? They started really, really bad. Like they were like 10th. They were like 10th in the East for a little bit, and then they came flying. TTP says this is the
Gasol wants to return. Is eyeing Lakers, of course. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
I'm sure you guys.
I would return and go to the play with the Lakers too.
And Ralphie, I'm sure you guys had plenty of money. That's just
I think we have like $30 million left, something like that.
Why not? Can you ask the Lakers to donate all of that to the Eagles, please? Because we're gonna need it. And maybe donate it to the Phillies because according to their owner, they lost $25 billion.
Oh, there's Tommy.
Hey, Tom.
What up, Tommy?
Sorry, boys. Working on something while trying to do a show.
That's all right.
No, it's okay.
Right.
Comments were flying. We're good.
Big things for 82 days. So, let's go.
No days off, Tom. No days off. Like Belichick says.
Later. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say it on air. So, I'll keep that one close. But,
what was that last one? What was that last one from TVP?
Sorry.
My screen is frozen, so I can't see.
All this positive preseason talk has me nervous. Praying they don't again.
What about the larger one before that? I'm sorry. When you came back, it was up.
I sort of disagree. I sort of agree with that. Sorry.
There you go.
This is the Dave. Decades, depending on who Doc starts. We have Curry, Green, Howard, Maxey, Furk, Matisse, Shake. I also think we're going to be so much better in third quarters. I agree with all them statements. I agree with your second statement as well, TTP. The positive preseason talk because we assume it just mushes
everything.
Yep. For real. But that'd be fun if that would stop. Sam Cassell is an alien, JP, but he can help Ben with his jumper. I think he said that. Marquis said that, I believe. Yep, he's already working with him, Marquis. So that's important. So you guys did all your predictions, I assume.
Just Sixers. We wanted to wait to hear yours, and then we'll go to NBA.
There's 3 bold predictions for the Sixers. That's what you guys were doing. 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the biggest one team-wise would be going to the NBA Finals. I mean, that's as bold as I can get. I can't talk about cutting nets down and all that cute stuff yet. But, I mean, that's be bold as bold right there. It's going, even though I think they go to an Eastern Conference Final. But that'll be my bold. Player-wise, you guys probably said Joe already as MVP. I'm sure somebody did.
No. I had him as Defensive Player of the Year.
Nobody had him?
No, I had him top 3 MVP candidate. Joe.
All my stuff was off of Ben. I was praising Ben the entire time for me.
No MVP for Ben, obviously.
No.
Yeah, my bold prediction for player-wise is Joel Embiid's the MVP of the league. That'd be my bold. Right. Granted, I took LeBron because I think that's just the realistic, right? So it's just bold and him have to have a monster year. which he's capable of doing. And winning gets you that award too. So if you're winning a lot of damn games and you're dominating, you're in that conversation. But it is tough as nails, Troy. And we are the hammer. I think we are.
I love that comment.
I think we are. We got everything around our guys. And this is my this is bold here. This is bold. This draft class is weird to me. Very strange. LaMelo most likely should be the rookie of the year. We would assume he's played against grown men before. Also, I got no problem with what you want to do with your money. It's zero problem. The gold, the diamond grill. Yeah. The custom diamond grill already. Are you working hard at your craft? Right? I got to ask these questions.
Who got that? Who got it?
LaMelo.
Oh.
When you're doing stupid things, I got to ask questions now. The one thing I'll say about
you get stupid questions.
Outside of LaMelo, the rest of this draft is really strange. Wiseman has potential, right? The kid from the Knicks, I like Obi.
You just joined in. Obi, thanks for tuning in.
Look at Obi. Look at Obi.
Obi likes Obi too.
I don't blame him. I would say this is a bold one, but I would go Tyrese Maxey, rookie of the year.
Somebody said that earlier, yeah.
There's reasons to base it around. Like, he works his fucking ass off. The 2-week COVID hiatus isn't going to do him any service, any help in it. But I believe he's surrounded in a good situation where if he's money off the bench and then even gets a starting role, like, he has because of the situations he's in, he could thrive earlier than other guys, right? Like, LaMelo is going to take a lot of shots. Blah, 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 blah. I get that. You know what I mean? He's going to make some great plays. But I don't know. Something about this kid's work ethic. Something about, like, just the way he works. And, like, you're a Kentucky kid. And then, we talk about them big schools. Look at the last X amount of Kentucky guards in the league. Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good players. Pretty good players around the league that are Kentucky guards.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not saying he's going to be great. I just think he has a very good chance at it because I think he's NBA ready, even though he was, a freshman, right?
Yeah, he's only 19. Yeah.
So even though he's a baby, I just feel like he's NBA ready already, though, because of the way.
Exactly what we need, Tom. Like we were talking, there's a lot of praise for Maxey in the comments. Somebody said rookie of the year Maxey. Somebody said that Maxey will be the starting 2 guard by, halfway through the year by the end of the year. And I completely agree with that one. Like we talked about, this name is, it's controversial just because of what could have been, but I believe that he's eventually going to be the type of player, not number 1 pick, obviously, caliber, but the type of player, the role that we hoped Markelle Fultz would fill, to where a guy that can just flat out score it and a guy that can get off his shot and do so many different things scoring the basketball that we need, because there were so many years where we did not have that. So I completely agree with all that. The only reason why, and I think all 3 of us, on the panel before you got back, Tom, the only reason why we didn't go Tyrese Maxey for our predictions, and we don't disagree with it, it's just because of the unknown on how much he's going to play early in the season. The talent-wise, absolutely.
Oh, no way. No, agreed. That's why it becomes a really bold one.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like fit and just like, okay, now the 2-week hiatus hurts him a little bit, but it's like, what's he going to show at practice? Like, if he's showing he's getting by guys and he's scoring against guys and he's showing the coaching staff that he's going to play, you know what I mean? There's a reason they picked him. They obviously liked him for a reason. And I think he fell to him because of some unknowns, right? But I think he's one of them guys that you say, oh, well, he didn't shoot great in college. Well, all he does is work. So you would assume that shot's going to get better and get better quick.
Yep. And
I actually think it benefits him work-wise to, like, he got the work right as everything shut down too. Like, he didn't stop working, he kept shooting. And I think he's going to score. And I think that's going to matter. You're talking about rookie of the year, right? And if he can get 20, I mean, how many minutes does he need to get a game? I mean, 25 to be able to even be in that conversation. But if other guys are playing, 30 plus, it hurts them. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one, but that's why it's bold.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. But that's where going to a good team almost kind of hurts him a little bit because, his minutes might be limited versus, Obi, who's going to be playing, 35 minutes a game. LaMelo's going to be playing 38 minutes a game because what else do they got going on? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No, you're right. And that's the difference maker. Is he going to get enough minutes?
Yo, Ralph, why don't you get Obi on the show with us? You giving you shout outs and everything? Come on, bro.
Obi's saying a lot.
We can't get a first round pick on here?
What's up?
Because I know some of the commenters when we were going through other stuff a little while ago, they missed yours, mine, and Greg. So before we move on to NBA, just do a quick rapid fire of what your 3 bolds were, and then Greg, same thing, and then I'll do the same thing. Just because a lot of people just tuned in. I'm saying they missed it.
My first one was Doc Rivers will win Coach of the Year.
Okay.
Second one is Seth Curry wins 6th Man of the Year, and then my third one is Joel Embiid will be a top 3 MVP candidate.
Greg?
Furkan Korkmaz shoots 45% from 3. Ben Simmons attempts 30 or more 3-pointers. And Joel Embiid wins Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay. And mine is Ben Simmons will average 20 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists this year. Shake Milton will be a 6th Man of the Year candidate. And the Sixers will have 3 All-Stars.
Consider Tobias. And you know what nobody else said? If you want to add a 4th bold, Tobias shows up in the damn playoffs.
Yeah.
Right,
Welcome to the party.
What up, Wolf?
What up, Wolf Crew?
That's some, hey, you're really getting bold.
Yeah.
We're boiling bold. I mean, that's a tough one to say, but for this team to go to where we want it to go,
yep.
He has to show up.
He can't disappear, man.
Nope.
Especially if these 2 guys are on the court together with him. Can't. So I think everything helps him too. We've talked so much about what helps Ben and what helps Joe. We haven't talked about all this helping Tobias.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Like you're not keying in on just him to shoot the 3.
Yeah, and I think that's going to help him out a lot, right? Because now you have to worry about Seth and Danny Green shooting a 3, and some of the spotlights starting to go away from Tobias, where now he can just relax and just play the game, and doesn't have to worry about being, somewhat of the man in clutch time or hitting that open 3.
Exactly. Takes pressure off, and it opens the floor up. So go ahead, Ray.
No, so that was my 3. That was my 3.
Yeah. So again, mine were Joe MVP, Sixers NBA Finals, Tyrese Maxey, Rookie of the Year. I mean, all big feats. You know what I mean? Ain't these small ones here. We went bold. I don't think Furky's as bold as Greg makes it out to be.
No, I told Greg, because originally Greg and I had the same, like, Shake Milton will be a 6th Man of the Year candidate. And I said, well, to be honest, Greg, given how much Doc is talking about Furkan and how much of a load he's going to be, it's a lower chance than Seth and obviously Shake. But if you wanted to put Furkan Korkmaz as like 6th man and, most improved player or something like that, I'm not a big Furkan guy, but just given how much, of a role he's going to be getting, at least by all the words that are being said, it's not outlandish. It really isn't.
No, I mean, like I said, he shot 40% this past year, and I think everybody would agree. We all think he probably missed too many shots. Yeah. You know what I mean? He took enough shots to shoot 45%, but I think this year comes with the same type of output, but better consistency.
Yeah, Kevin Clark says Curry or Milton will average 17. I can't see Shake averaging 17. I can see Curry maybe doing it if he plays enough minutes.
I'm gonna say to Curry because I have him winning 6th Man of the Year. So that's yes for me.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say Milton just because of the same thing. But
Troy says Doc brings it all together, and I think he's the glue here. Cole says I really think we need one more decent shooter for the bench. I don't know. I think we just talked about that guy. If he's not in such a big role for Furkan, like he was last year, where everybody keys on just him,
Right.
I think it helps him, and I think the kid's gotten better every year. So I'll give him credit. You know that.
Ed, we talk about age with Ben. He's only 23.
Yeah, he is. But
It's
and he would go somewhere else and thrive and bury shots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just feel that. I feel that. Not to be great, but just he would go
He might
He'd be like Bellinelli everywhere else.
fucking Robert Ory. You know what I mean? Robert Ory. Got to be walking around with 45 freaking rings. Just like, not great, but just like average 10 a game and just hit million big shots. And he's in Furkan again. Like, Furkan again. I hate that freaking thing. You know what I mean?
Imagine if we had Furkan. Oh,
that's right.
Yeah, I know we got to beat Brooklyn. We got to be more than Brooklyn. I mean, we got to beat a lot of teams. You know, this isn't easy.
Got to figure out how to beat Toronto, to be honest. Before we even worry about Brooklyn.
Marquise is right, though. If Schroeder comes off the bench, that might be over for you, Ralphie.
Yeah.
Your guy might get it. Their whole team might just get an award.
The fact that they were able to pull that trade off is disgusting. Nobody
Just
even.
because LeBron didn't argue about coming back sooner. They were just like, oh, we'll give you whatever you want. What do you guys want? You guys want every award next year, too? We'll get you everybody. You'll somehow stay. You have enough money to bring all this in. Oh, we got LaMelo.
We got Obi and LaMelo both in the chat.
You guys, why don't you guys attack each other a little bit? Go back and forth.
Yeah. 1v1. 1v1.
Win a rookie of the year.
NBA predictions? Or I'm sorry, bold.
Can we do that? Break down how we think the misery. Can you give me Rhett, can you give me their 2 preseason games first? And then I'll break down their minutes after that.
Sixers?
Yeah.
All right, I'll look.
No.
Wait, we gotta wait.
Wait for it.
I got to see.
Oh! I thought you
Didn't happen yet, Ralphie.
who they were playing. My bad.
Yeah. I just want to see like just sort of how it is in preseason. How he dishes out since it's short.
Next week we'll have it. Next week's show we'll have it.
Yeah, next week's show we'll talk about it. What we think is going to be moving forward because it's so hard now because we don't even have a clue.
4 preseason games
on his rotation. I mean, we do have a feeling of his first 6, 7. You would think, but we'll see. Right.
It's funny when you said that. It brought me. I was watching the boxing the other night. Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia and Sean Porter before the fight. They're like, "Oh, what's your prediction?" He goes, "Oh, let me wait to watch round 1 first." And everyone's like, "Bro, that's why it's called a prediction."
Yeah, I feel like that was
preseason's completely different. But I'm still it brought back that memory. Like, bro, it's called a prediction.
I could do it if Brett was here.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, we know that.
You understand what I'm saying? Like I could do it if Brett was here. I didn't see Doc and just.
It's definitely different when you have a new coach at right there.
Raul Neto, 25 minutes.
Right, don't be sorry. I'm not right about shit. I just, what I mean? I was just like, oh, let me wait because I don't have no freaking clue how he's going to win.
Oh, Neto.
Maybe I'll say I don't know. I mean, we could go, we know 7 or 8 guys probably, but then it gets tricky. It gets tricky.
Because you never know. They might mix in a Paul Reed for 3 minutes and then everything gets thrown apart. You know what I'm saying? Because Paul Reed, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? We just don't know.
Yeah.
LaMelo, strong.
LaMelo's already blown himself. Yeah, watch out for your grill, bro.
Yeah. Oh God. What team is better? What was that? Marquise. KD can't move the same, and he can't hide defensively behind Golden State's scheme. And Kyrie thinks the world is flat, and Canada is California. 6 and 5.
Done. Kevin. What team is better this year? I guess ours or Butler's team at the end of the season. The big difference are Death and Butler. Is he talking about? I think
what team is better, this year's team or the year Jimmy was here?
Okay. I'm gonna say this team right now. I'm sorry, this team is way better than what you guys had with Jimmy and that. I'm gonna say this team.
It's tough because the starting 5, or let's just say the starting 6, not the starting 6, the first 6 or 7 players at the top of your roster, it was better with Jimmy on the Jimmy team. But the
It was
problem
top
is
heavy.
that's the. I mean, I just look at the center position. I mean, I have his freaking jersey right there, but it was literally Joel, then Boban, then Greg Monroe. It was literally a black freaking hole after like the 8th guy on the roster. Like James Ennis was like our 6th man. Just think about that.
Yeah.
We were top loaded.
I think, yeah, that team was heavy top loaded.
Yeah,
And then you got to the bench, and then like you said, Rye, James Ennis was your 6th man coming off the bench.
He was our 2nd best player in the playoffs behind Jimmy Butler. I mean, just think about that.
Yeah.
It's hard to say that this team's better than that team when I just watched Jimmy Butler go to a finals. And I haven't seen this team play together. So I'm gonna say that team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because what I know of Jimmy makes sense. TTP gives all the list out of people out of Kentucky. It's a lot. And hopefully, and he said hopefully Maxey can be added to that list of studs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy, Marquise. JoJo or Bam over Joe? No. Nope.
Yeah, it's typical.
Yeah, not even close.
Typical ESPN crap. That's what they do.
Yep.
It's what they love to do.
Ralphie?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
All righty.
I'm very interested to see where this goes with you.
My 3 NBA predictions. My first one is the Suns. Just like Frank, I have the Suns make the Western Conference Finals this year.
Okay.
Yeah, the Suns make the Western Conference Finals this year.
Going through those those Los Angeles Lakers.
Yes, it's a
wow.
bold prediction.
Okay. Wow.
Number 2, we talked about it earlier in the show when you guys were asking for the MVPs. I had Jason Tatum winning MVP. And then my 3rd one, I had to throw him in there because he's my stepbrother, and I'm glad he got drafted this year. I got LaMelo Ball as an all-star in his first year.
Damn. Well, he's definitely the rookie of the year for you.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
I mean, this is where all stars are like their popularity contest. So of course,
hey, you got to do what you got to do.
He's going to get voted in.
Good for Charlotte. Good for the Charlotte Hornets.
And LaAngelo got a billboard up in Detroit right now.
Yeah, let's relax.
The photo of that.
Yeah, let's
His
relax.
contract isn't even guaranteed.
It's not even guaranteed.
He's
I
gonna
know.
be off the team in like a week. He's gonna be gone.
Those
Greg.
are my 3.
I won't take any.
No, that's fine. Speaking of Ralphie's stepbrother, the Charlotte Hornets will make the playoffs this year.
Ho.
Ooh.
Gordon Hayward, comeback player of the year.
The Houston Rockets will not make the playoffs this year.
I agree. It's not even one of my. I'm like so confident that I didn't even put it bold. Like it's bold, but I just.
Well, I know still. I mean, right now they still have John Wall and James Harden, so that's why it's bold.
Do they have John Wall? I mean, the Wizards apparently had John Wall the past 2 years, but did they have?
Yeah, but he's quote unquote healthy now, right? And then my 3rd bold prediction is the Los Angeles Lakers will not make the Western Conference Finals.
Oh man.
Tom, you want to go? Or you want me to go?
Don't matter.
Go ahead. I'll wait.
I agree with Ralphie on the Suns.
I like the Suns this year. Yep.
Western Conference Finals.
That's the upset.
Bold prediction: Hornets get the 8 seed. Going off the top of my head real quick on this one too. But it's no notes. But that one felt right though, because they are pretty good though. They do have Hayward if he can be good.
Yep.
You know, LaMelo is supposed to be good.
They've drafted well too. Jaren Jackson, you know what I mean? Like
Play a little bit.
Monk's there. Yep. They can play.
They can play a little bit. A lot of tough teams. Oh, here's my other one. The Heat get knocked out in the first round this year.
Ooh.
Love that.
And just because of the wear and tear, and
Yep.
I can't expect Jimmy to put them on their back again. So we'll see how that pans out for the rest of their roster.
Okay, so I like that a lot, Tom. My first one's actually, it's kind of a two-parter. The Washington Wizards will make the playoffs.
Okay.
Mostly because of obviously the two big stars and the most improved player of 2021, Rui Hachimura, will be the most improved player in the NBA.
Could be.
My second one is that the Portland Trailblazers will go from being, I believe they were either 9th or 10th seed when the regular season ended last year. They will go from being a 10th seed to a top 3 seed in the West this year.
Okay.
Which goes along with obviously the Damian Lillard thing. They're just loaded. I mean, they're freaking loaded. Just look at them. They might be the deepest team other than the Lakers in the West, to be honest. They're friggin' loaded.
Wow.
And my third one, James Harden will be traded to the Denver Nuggets.
To the Denver Nuggets?
Yep.
Interesting.
They have exactly what Houston wants. Young role players,
Michael
a
Porter
young
Jr.
potential superstar.
Is that who it is? Is that what it's centered around? MPJ?
Yep. Gary Harris, Barton.
Jamal Murray, James Harden, and Jokic. Wow.
In an ultra-competitive Western Conference, maybe they get off to a slower start because I don't think they got
to go cry himself to sleep now.
Well, they always said the best is the West. So
James Harden he'll be traded, but he'll be staying in the West.
Marquise heard my 30 Ben's threes and said, "Here, hold my beer. Here's 50. I'm in, Marquise. Let's go."
No doubt in.
People are not happy with my Denver Nuggets thing. They're like, no, not the Nuggets. This is not fair. Obi Toppin's not happy.
It'd be more to NBA shit. That's what that would be.
Would we be surprised, guys? I mean, would we be surprised?
Well, I'd be surprised because I don't think he plays there. So, you know what I mean? Like, you could tell me any team, I'm like, okay. Because I just don't think he plays there.
What,
So,
Houston?
Yeah, I don't think he plays there. Nope.
Nah, he's on a holdout. He's going to Kawhi until he's out of there.
Nope. Doesn't look like he's playing there. So, we'll see. I mean, also, guys want to get their money too. So, the NBA starts until you show up at training camp.
I do have. You're right, Tom. I do have 4 things for you guys, real quick over unders, and this is from a page on Instagram. So they laid it out. Just give me a quick over under and fam at home. So they set an over under for Ben's points per game this season at 17.5. Are you going over or under? I'm going over.
Over.
Ralphie? I'm saying
yeah,
20.
I'll go over. I'll go over.
Let's see. The next player, Seth Curry, 14.5 points per game. Over. Under.
Over.
I mean, I'm going to go over, but I think he's right in that range.
I'm going 14.
I was saying 15 a night, so I'm over at that point.
Yeah.
What was it again? The exact number?
14.5.
Say under 14, we'll say.
Yeah, I'm in that range, that 14 to 16 range. You know what I mean?
Oh, and last year he averaged 12.4. I do have that information as well. I'll start reading that. Yeah. Danny Green. Last year he averaged 8 points per game. The over-under this year, 9.5. Over or under?
What was it again?
9.5. Danny Green.
Over.
Well, I have him starting, so I'm gonna go over.
Yeah, I just think he's gonna get a couple more looks than he would have gotten out there, so I'm gonna go over at like 12.
I've got him at 11.
What's
thinking.
the list of that again?
Say it again, Tom.
What's it listed as again?
9.5.
He averaged 8 last year for us. Danny Green did.
For us, you hear that? For us.
Sorry. For the Lakers. I apologize, Greg.
Over 10.
Okay. Tobias Harris. Last year he averaged 19.6. It is set this year at 21.5. Over.
Over.
That's a really good over under too. I've got it right there. I've got 22.
Under 21.
I'm going under.
Over.
I'm at 20.
Okay.
I feel like we're going back to like the predictions of the Phillies are like, oh, he's hitting 30 bombs, he's hitting 10 bombs. We're just like over.
Well, listen, if we keep saying over, we'll eventually hit. You know what I'm saying? We're due.
By the way, that trade for Denver does work.
Of course, yeah.
Gary Harris, Will Barton, and Michael Porter Jr. does work.
You know how many times I go on that damn machine during the day? You know how many times I go on? Oh, trust me, I've been on that for a little while.
I got him under. I got Tobias under. I have Dan Green right over. I have Seth Curry under, so I'm not going crazy. You know what I mean? So I feel I didn't go, hey, everybody's going over their numbers.
That's why I felt, though, like, because I started doing it. I'm like, oh, yeah, we can do this. This can be happening. And I'm like, wait, if I'm just saying over for everybody, I'm like, holy shit.
Wow. Marquise, that's MVP candidate then. If we're seeing that, assist 12, that means he led the league in assists. That's happening because LeBron won it with 10.2. And if he goes from 16.5 to 23 plus points,
he might get a most improved player too with that. 16 to 23.
That's top 3 MVP.
Yeah.
And I'm being modest. Like that might be the MVP.
Yeah, he will win MVP with that.
Whew, God. See, this is what happens, man. I get excited, and I'm going to start looking at film in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what's going to happen. And finally, the last over-under, Joel Embiid. Last year, he averaged 23 on the number. This year, it's set at 25.5. Over or under?
Over.
I got top 3 MVP candidate. Top over.
I've got over at 26.
Nice.
That's what I had, so I'll say like 26.5. Yeah, somewhere around there. He'll go up because he's going to play. He'll play. More stuff's around him. He'll go up. You know what I mean? That's how it works. So I was just watching Sports Center, and the youngest quarterback to ever start a game for the Philadelphia Eagles was Randall Cunningham.
Until
now it is Jalen Hurts. So Jalen Hurts at 22 years old and Randall Cunningham at 22 years old. Youngest quarterbacks to start games for the Philadelphia Eagles. So I know there's a lot of talks out there about Carson Wentz being traded. I think people are bored. I don't think people understand how the cap works and dead hits and how you just can't roll it all over. You understand? This doesn't roll over all the time. All right. So this team would be getting guys that like eat organic peanut butter from like Wegmans, like your local gas station attendants, like anybody that's willing to just like suit up. Okay. So it's just not happening. He's getting traded. So that's all I got to say on that. It's impossible. I think anybody that reports it is reporting fake information. All right. Like, unless Howie Roseman literally tells me he's being traded, I'm not buying it because of the money. I just can't. Not this year. Talk to me after this year, and we can have that conversation. But I want to get your guys predictions for Sunday's game, and we'll do our picks against the spread. We get a little bit of. I know not everybody's had a chance to vent about what's going on. I've had plenty of time to vent about it.
Same for me. So
I'm here.
It's the Eagles. I'm
no,
kind of over it right now.
That's not how we operate. We don't operate that we're over it and we can't talk about it. We operate like grown-ups and say, okay, we fucking suck, but we still got to figure out a way to talk about it.
Yeah.
And, like Greg wasn't here, but this is the youngest quarterback to ever start a game for the Philadelphia Eagles, Greg. And the other youngest was Randall Cunningham. So, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'll give my predictions because I got to go piss again. Because then I opened up an iced tea, and this is how this goes.
I had the mellow. Yep, I broke the mellow yellow seal.
Yep, I broke the bang seal, and it was over. And then I started sipping because I was thirsty. I was coughing. All right, so I'll say this. And in no way, shape, or form is this homerism. I'll just say it again. I think they win Sunday. Because I think they're going to run the football. I think you're going to see a ton of RPOs, a ton of read options with Jalen and Miles, etc. And they're going to run the football with not only their quarterback, but with their running backs. And you know how you hit a defense in the mouth? You run the football. You know how you beat one of the better defenses in football? You're able to run the football. And what better way than a little misdirection that I don't care they see Taysom Hill at practice. I don't care. Every player's different. You know what I mean? Every guy's different. And now you got to see a guy in the game. And I think Taysom Hill is a great athlete and does some really great things, but I don't see him spinning all over us. Make sense? Like I don't see a spin party from Taysom Hill. I'm sorry, I just don't. Could he run all over us? Sure. But do I see him spin the rock all over us? No. So, if we key in on slowing him down and Kamara, then I think we have a chance to stay in this game. And not because it's like a homer pick. I want them to lose. You know what I mean? I just know how this city operates. And guess what's happened? Guess what will happen, too? We have a quarterback controversy, air quote. And what way to make that even better than beating a defense and a team like this with Jalen Hurts? What would be more Philly than winning this game? There isn't much. Now, am I putting my reputation on it? No. You know what I mean? I'm just saying I think this is the type of game they come out and they win. They get a spark. You know why? Because what helps out when you're this bad, what helps out your offensive line and your skill position players? A quarterback that is willing to run around, right? Is willing to run around and make plays. That's how you stay in a game. Because things break down in the secondary. Like Bruce Arians said on a Tampa station this past week. Like, we can't cover guys for more than like X amount, like 3.5 seconds. It's like impossible. Like, after you get past that, we can't cover guys. It's not realistic. So you guys got to get home. I'm talking about his front. You got to get home. You know what I mean? And the one decent thing about Jalen Hurts right now is fresher legs, right? And a guy probably more willing to run around because he hasn't had his head kicked in all year. You know what I mean? So guys, like, he's naive to it. So he'll run around, and I bet you make some plays. And guess what happens? You make some plays, you extend drives, right? And then now you're in a football game. It's the NFL, guys. You know what I mean? It's the NFL. It's a week league. The league's crazy, right? I know I thought that we'd get that of Carson, but we never got it, right? Remember I would say, like, Seattle game, he's got to run.
Yeah.
And then when we scored, he ran. It's like mind-boggling. Like, because you have no weapons, bro. You have to run around. And all our big plays came from where? All year. Outside of the pocket. Outside of the pocket for him. Or our play breaks down. Like, I don't know how many big plays we had, like the Fulgham catch at the Niners was a big play. But we didn't have a ton of them. You know what I mean? We haven't done a ton of big plays anyway. Mm-hmm. Right? So all I'm going to say is this is the type of game that they're in because how the NFL works. Yeah, I said I had a weird feeling, Hills, last week because I thought Carson was going to snap out of his shit. And he never did. And he never ran the football. And they never got him out of the pocket enough. That's just the way it is. They never got him out of the pocket enough. And when they did, it was a big play to Goddard, right, in the Packers game, right? He made all his good throws outside of the pocket. And everybody that's been talking about Carson Wentz on telecasts continue to say, I don't know why they don't get him out of the pocket. You know what I mean? It's like amazing. You're hearing people tell you, like, I don't know why they're not getting him out of the pocket, Tom. It's like they're telling me. Like, I know, Tony. You know, I know, Lewis. You know what I mean? I know, guys. I know. I don't understand it either. And they say same things like you need plays to break down to make plays because your wide receivers aren't good enough, right? You know what I mean? And what helps you with that? A guy who's going to run around. He's going to run around. He's not a good pocket passer. He's going to run around. Can he make some plays on the run? He's already shown he can. So it's not like he can't. You know what I mean? He's already shown he can make a big play, throw the ball. I mean, I don't give much credit to that touchdown, but you understand what I'm saying. Still a good ball. Still got to throw it on the run and make a play. I'll take it. Like, I don't care. I'm an Eagles fan. So, like, if he can play good, then it's not a wasted pick. Like, I'm not saying, we all know his passing game in the pocket. And we've seen some good throws in the pocket in our small sample size, and we've seen some bad ones, right? And expected from a rookie, too. But he's not a great pocket guy. But in this league, you can get away with that for 1 year.
Yep. You
can get away with it for your rookie year. You just can. They all have. Josh Allen got away with it. Lamar still trying to get away with it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The guys that Josh Allen became a really good passer. Now, big arm, you would expect it, right? But Lamar's got a big arm. Hasn't got better as a passer. Jalen Hurts, you can get better as a passer. You can if you're willing to work. I think he works, so we'll see. But I'm not like, this isn't a praise Jalen Hurts conversation. It's just more so like, what can win you 1 week? A guy who can run around. That's simple.
Yeah.
The Saints are winning games with a guy who can run around.
Yeah.
True.
Taysom Hill can't throw for the pocket. I mean, he can, but it's not like it's not Breeze. You know what I'm saying, guys? It's not Breeze. Yeah. All these guys can throw. They're NFL quarterbacks. You know what I mean? You're not getting it if you can't throw it. It's just, it comes down to your accuracy. It comes down to your timing. It comes down to your decision making. We've seen all this because our quarterback stunk. Tom, hear me out. Lori has an umbrella in his man cave with a picture of DK, JJ, Dillard, Reger, and it hurts him. It hurts under it. If he cries looking at it every night listening to Phil Collins, this house is clean. Just watch. Saints by 10. Jeez. Good. I want to get rolled. Shit, I don't want to win games. For the first time ever, I said I'll take a top 5 pick. I don't care. I need talent, and I don't care. Like, I'll figure out who's drafting it later on. Now, if they come out and win Sunday, then let's go try to win a division.
Oh,
this is factual.
No, you're not. I'm not. Wasn't it you? It's just like we're gonna do like we're gonna have that feeling again. You know what I'm saying? Like, here we go again. Here we go.
One more week. Can you give me one more week?
Yeah, exactly.
They spin you out, and then they say, you know what? Come on back. And then they pull you back in.
Like, if Jalen Hurts, and again, I root for Carson Wentz because I like, you know what's funny too? And I'll get to the prediction and everything in a second, but like, I've seen more support for Carson Wentz the last day and a half since the official news came out that he was benched than I've seen for Carson Wentz when he's been playing maybe the last 2.5 years. Isn't it funny how that happens?
Yeah. I want to know if I would say the last 2.5 years, because what I will say is the stretch. Well, this is just the devil's advocate. The stretch of last year through the 4 games before he got hurt in the playoffs, there was a lot of praise going around.
Yes, that little bubble. You're right. Yes.
So I agree with you to a point, though. It's close. Like, it's not. I'm not saying one's bigger than the other. I don't fucking know, but it's close. Like, you're right. It's not a wrong take. It's true. Like, everybody now, look, right. What happens in the city? Everybody loves the backup, right? Now who's the backup? Carson. Now, if Jalen plays like shit, everybody's going to beg for Carson. I know how this fucking city works. I also wanted to make this clear to the people. If you saw Carson run out to practice today, he threw the ball over the field goal post, went and made a catch, had a little hop in his step, and overall, maybe this is something needed, dude. The breather on the mind is important too.
Yep.
Right? Like the just okay. I'm not playing this week right now. You know what I mean? And then they all say, "Oh, we're going to stay ready to play." He'll be, he can say he's ready. He's not ready right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Like, he's not giving me the look of a guy who's sulking.
No.
He's giving me the look of a guy who's dealing with it the way JP. You can be done all you want with Carson. The fact of the matter is, you're tied to him for next year. So you better hope, because all your hate towards him, you better hope Jalen Hurts come out and throws for fucking 300 or something. You know what I mean? You better hope Jalen Hurts comes out and throws for 280, 3 touches, right? 80 on the ground. All right. You start talking to me about them kind of performances, which I doubt. Then I'll start talking about taking a dead cap hit. Right? As an organization, I'm speaking of. You know what I mean? Like, this is why they're playing him. They're playing him because they got a decision to make, too. Can he play at this level? Or did Howie miss again?
Well, there's a track record for one and not the other. Just going by who the GM picks and how he picks. Again, it's not about the player. It's about who's picking him.
Yep, and the kid's tough.
Yeah, he has the mindset. Listen, he believes in himself.
Yep, and always been a great leader. I'll give him that. But not sometimes that does translate on a football field. I am not gonna fucking poo-poo that. I am absolutely not gonna poo-poo that. But at the end of the day, what also translates is your play. Because if you don't play well, like 11, right? You play that hideous, you get sat down. Right?
Yeah.
So you can be the greatest leader in the world. You still got to be able to play. So we'll see if we put the spark in this team. I do. I'm going to go for a run down the pits. I'm going to go 28-24 Eagles.
Okay.
Who are your who's your offensive and defensive?
God damn it.
Sorry. Uh-oh.
I used to do this for Fletcher Cox a lot. All right. Me and Fletcher, we used to have talks. I need to hear your name a million times. I'll tell you what's cute. Don't tell me how you played bad, because I watched you play bad against guys that we paid you to slow down, not stop, to slow down. And you sped them up. You know what I mean? You did the opposite. You sped these guys up. And Darius Slay, I need you. If Michael Thomas is lighting you up with Taysom Hill, I might cut you on the spot. I might cut you on the spot. If you don't have some big plays in this football game, if you don't take the ball away, if you're not willing to come up and tackle, or if you're going to get lit up again, I'm going to be done with you, because talk's cheap to me. All right? So you have an opportunity for us not to hear your name a million times, but hear your name just enough where you're making a couple big plays. How about that? How about you make a big play? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? You took a ball away one time, and everybody tell me, he's close, Tom. He's right there. Look at the position. It's a great catch out of Devontae. Fuck you, okay? I don't care. All right? Both guys are getting paid a lot of money, and the other guy's getting paid a lot of money to make that play and break that pass up, and we never do. We never do. So you need to make plays, because the rest of the secondary outside of Rodney's atrocious. So you need to make plays. Please. And if Taysom Hill slices and dices you, I don't know. Go jump into Delaware. Go jump into goddamn Delaware. Please. I'm tired of it. All right? I'm a guy who told you. He came in there. Everybody's like, oh my God. Oh, my God. I said, calm down, dude. You didn't get Jalen fucking Ramsey. Darius Slay. He's good. He's not great. And that's that. And everybody's like, oh, you're wrong, Tom. You don't know. Top 10. Okay. Top 10, slow them two down. All right? That's some real talk. So you want real talk? You come here. Top 10, slow that down. So you can give me all the stats and numbers you want to give me, and your eyes are going to tell you, top 10, slow it down. Did you think them two were slowed down the last 2 weeks? And come out and tell me in a tweet. Baby, we know. We were there. We were there with you. All right, wiping his shirt off. Grow up. My offensive player of the game. Well, you said grade number 2. So are you sorry to me? Then you're right in my wheelhouse. All right, now we're talking, Marquise. So we're on the same page. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're saying he's not a shutdown number 1 like everybody wants to make him out to be. Not a bad corner. I'll take Darius Slay, but I also need somebody on the other side too. All right, as long as I got Jalen Ramsey and nobody on the other side, then fine. I'll take my chances. I'll scheme the other side, right? What you've noticed is you can't scheme the other side with him. So you're trying to scheme the other side and leave him one-on-one. He's getting burnt. Well, if you can't, I'm paying you to one-on-one. You know what I mean? I'm paying you to one-on-one. He told us that too. He said it. He said that too. He's taking a lot of accountability. I'll give him credit. So all I'm saying is then, after all the accountability, which we crush everybody else for, when they say they got to play better, right? We get all up in arms when Doug says it, Carson says it, everybody else says it. Well, then I'm going to start getting up in arms for you. Fair? Simple. That's how this game works. No matter if I like you or dislike you. Jalen Hurts offensive player of the game.
Oh no.
Yep. Rush for like he'll rush for some yards. I'm telling you, he's gonna run around a little bit. He's gonna make some plays outside the pocket. He'll make a couple big plays, and this is how it's gonna work. I just got this bad feeling in terms of because the quarterback controversy is going to get worse. That's why I'm saying this. It's nothing more than I just know this freaking city, and I just know how it goes. When it rains, it sleets. And I don't even know if that's a saying. I just made it up because sleet's worse. I don't know. Felt right.
I agree with that.
Bad. But you know what I mean? It's bad. Because he come out and play, then you got $100 million sitting around. You understand what I'm saying, Greg?
Absolutely.
For 1 week while he comes out and plays well and we win, because it's a 1 weeker. That's it. You get that spark sometimes for a guy who can run around. Right? I don't think he's spinning it. I don't think he's throwing for 60% completion rate or something. No, he's going to get outside the pocket a couple times and make plays. And then maybe that's enough.
And it's what we always talk about with Lamar, right? These type of quarterbacks are a nightmare just because you don't know how they're going to react because they're not normal.
Yep.
So until they get some actual normal game tape on film, defenses are going to have a little bit of a hard time adjusting. That's just the only issue with me with your thought process of, is he dead?
Nah, stretching.
Oh. That chair does put people to sleep. Trust me. I know.
Greg, it's the comments, Greg. It's the comments. Hills, I'm the last guy that say, oh, I'm right about everything. You understand that? The last guy in the world. I don't care. We're talking sports. We're all going to be wrong plenty, right? But Nickel Roby-Coleman had a history of being the best nickel corner in football, or at least in the conversation. Darius Slay never was in the conversation of an elite corner in this league to me. 1 year, he had a big year with picks. He's never been in an elite conversation. When I thought about elites, I didn't think of Darius Slay. There's a lot of damn good corners in this league, guys. That's all I'm saying. He's not a bad corner. I'm not shitting on him. But now you're telling me what I said about Nickel Roby-Coleman. He could play in LA. He's played everywhere he's played good. You know what I mean? He's built a track record of being one of the better slot corners. Has he not? Did I miss something?
I mean, his Twitter handle is Slot God.
Well, the other guy's Twitter handle is Big Play, and he don't make big plays. So it's a common theme here in Philadelphia. But no, I mean, Hills, you just tried to tell me everything I said wrong. I said plenty wrong. Well, I said plenty right. That's how it works. That's how it works. I'm not the dude to come on and be like, I'm always right. I'll tell you when I am, and then I'll tell you when I'm wrong. He's flat out stuck. He's played better the last couple of weeks, though. I will give him that, though. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he hasn't been toasted as much, which is good to see, right? I will give him that.
I haven't heard his name as much.
No. So Hills,
which is a good thing.
So Hills, if I was you, I'll go like Homer Simpson. Go back in that bush. You know what I mean? Here we go again. We're going to do it again. Hills, go back in the bush. Go back in the bush, Hills.
Joker's been asking one question, guys. You always talk about DK and Jefferson, but do you really think they would do the same here? I think not. They do because they're talented.
I can't do this conversation. Not to you, Joker. I had this conversation earlier.
But
special players make schemes better. Okay? Special player, not to you, Joker. Special players make your scheme look great. All right? So if you go get talent that gets open, knows how to get open, it makes everything around it better. I'm tired of hearing that certain guys wouldn't fit here when they're talented.
Oh, he's not performing because of the scheme. Well, no.
even if they did half of what they're doing now, we wouldn't take that.
It's like,
I would take it in a heartbeat.
He would be
even if they're doing half. Even if they're doing half.
Yes.
I'll take a quarter of DK this morning, JJ.
JJ hasn't even touched the field in almost 3 weeks now.
So you're telling me the reason JJ can't play is because of Doug? Get the fuck out of here.
Or the reason why Jalen Reagor is not as fast as he should be is because of Doug. Like when I read that this morning, I almost threw the phone across the room.
Dude, I can't anymore with the love affair. We all want Jalen Reagor to be good. Nobody's saying he won't be good. But right now he's running lazy routes. All right. He's running lazy routes. He's not, he doesn't look explosive. All right. And he ran a punt return back. Congratulations.
And he looks slow he's an undersized, non-aggressive gadget wide receiver.
Yeah.
that we took in the first round that really should have gone about 60th. If you want my, and again, it's because of Doug.
Ryan.
It's not.
Ryan, if I don't even know about a guy like that, you have no right going in the goddamn first round. Because every other pick that went in the first round, even in the second round, even in the third round, I knew. When people started talking about Jalen Reagor before the draft, I said, "Who? TCU? I don't watch the Big 12. It's slop."
You know why?
And I watched him tape, and I was like, okay, dude, he can take the top off of defense in the Big 12. Like, it's
Which
different
plays
when guys
no defense, man. He plays no defense.
And you know what's funny too? You know what?
Same thing with the Pac-12. Plays no defense.
I'm surprised we didn't see the same excuse that we saw during draft time, where it was, Reagor would be better with a better quarterback. I'm shocked we haven't seen that with the Carson Wentz thing. Like, he's not good because he has Carson Wentz. No, he's not a first round talent because he can't make a tackle. He can't get open, and he can't do anything.
First round talents don't need to be schemed for. They scheme themselves. Okay? Yeah. That's the difference. It's the dumbest conversation of all time. So if I'm drafting a guy in the first round, right, I got to scheme him open? What does that even mean? He's got to get open. Are you kidding me? All of a sudden, Doug's plays don't work? No. If you watch these guys run routes, has anybody, like, literally, and I'm not the tape guy, but I have, in terms of this, has anybody gone back and watched anything on some of these routes that these guys are running?
Bro, they were showing it Monday night.
It's atrocious.
Bro, when the commentators are saying these wide receivers are taking 4 days to get open, I mean, come on, man. We've been saying this all year.
So what do you need to do now, Ralphie? You need to put a quarterback in that's going to run all around because that will hopefully get guys open. That's your only option as an offense. You're leaving a guy out there to get killed. You kidding me? Listen, he's flat out stunk. There ain't no running from that.
Yeah.
Love Carson, flat out stunk. Needs to get his head right and needs to just let the body rest. He's been smoked around. Part on him, part on the offensive line, part on the receivers. Understand? It's a party that's all together and they're all at fault. Right? Fair? Good.
Yep, absolutely.
There's no excuses. It's a party of shitness. Right? So, what do you need to fix that? You need a guy who can run around right now. As simple as that. It's your only shot to score points. Because everybody, if you run the ball, nobody's expecting the RPO with Carson right now. Right? So you're in you got to hope you can get a little spark again. And that's what they're trying to do. So, I don't know. You guys give yours out because I know nobody's gonna pick them. I'm not picking them for pom-poms, don. I'm not picking them because I want them to win, and I'm not picking them because I really think they're good enough to win. I'm picking because the NFL is freaking ridiculous. The Eagles organization, when it comes to backups, are ridiculous, and we've been down the backup road before, and it never ages well for Carson. It never fucking ages well for Carson.
I'll go first because we talk a lot about trends, right? Trends the last handful of years, especially. What has happened every year when we've had a backup quarterback come in the middle of the season? What's happened that first game, guys? Let's go back to 2017. Nick Foles came in. What happened in that Rams game? Did we win or lose?
Yeah, we won.
Okay. 2018 against the Rams. We win or lose that game?
We won.
So the trend would say, well, backup quarterback comes in, first starting game. What would the trend say?
To take them.
That's what the trend says, but I'm not saying that. I think we're going to lose 27-13.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
27-13 loss for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I'm going with Alvin Kamara as my offensive player of the game. We haven't been able to stop the run all year. Alvin Kamara is arguably, well, if his name's not Dalvin Cook, well, people could say that he's actually better than Dalvin Cook right now. He's a top 3 running back, guaranteed, in the league right now. And when he scores in bunches. He takes over games. So I think he's going to do that. And my defensive player of the game, because 2020, this is just what would happen. I'm going to go with Malcolm Jenkins in reception. Ralph?
Yep.
All right. Well, I can't believe I'm doing this, but
Thanks, Knicks fan. I'm sorry about your team.
Blow orange tears. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Tears. Knicks fans in tears. Yeah. At least you have RJ Barrett.
Yeah.
Obi Toppin.
Oh, yeah. Obi Toppin was in the chat earlier. Anyway, I'm sorry, Ralph.
That's okay.
I just felt like I needed to apologize to the Knicks fan.
I can't believe I'm doing this, but
Don't do that. Don't do this.
I just feel so weird about this game, man.
Oh my God.
Like there's something to it that screams, "Hey, this is the week when everything comes together."
I laugh because Tommy said it too. You're saying it. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
That's why I laugh.
Carson
You're
goes
not.
to the bench. He plays like shit.
It's all Carson's fault.
Dude, for some reason I got the Birds winning this week, and I can't believe I'm saying it. But I got Birds winning 23-20.
Jake Elliott field goal to win it. Jake Elliott field goal to win it.
How many does he miss before he makes the game winner?
2.
Yep. Ralph and I are in the same wavelength too.
Wow.
Yep.
2. Birds win 23-20. My offensive player of the game is going to be Miles Sanders. Defensive player of the game is going to be I'm going to go Brandon Graham. Defensive player of the game. Brandon Graham.
Real quick. So this makes sense. So he says blue orange cheers. That's explains his name, Greg.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Sorry, it took me a couple of seconds to get it. A couple minutes to get it. And he says, "I'm going to show."
Not my first time here.
Okay, I understand.
Thank you. Love the share. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're streaming to Twitter right now. We're everywhere. Instagram,
And he's on YouTube.
Yep. Appreciate it though.
Definitely.
Once again, sorry about the Knicks. Greg.
I do like the direction they're headed, though.
They didn't have a bad offseason, man.
Yeah,
From the 15th seed to the 14th?
I mean, there's only one way you can go from there, right? Got South Jersey guy Leon Rose at the helm. They're going to be all right. Hope not, but I liked it better when they were the best team in New York, not the Nets. That's definitely fine. It's more fun.
I know Ben Simmons enjoys playing the Knicks. He's undefeated against the Knicks.
Who isn't?
So I completely understand and completely agree with all the reasons why they probably could win this game. Mm-hmm. But I just keep going back to their defense. And they have, if not the best defense, but one of the best defenses in the NFL, right? And up until recently, they had seen Taysom Hill in practice over and over and over again. So they're not going to be shocked because Jalen Hurts is going to be running around a little bit. I think any other normal team that doesn't have that quarterback on their roster themselves, I would probably agree with all of you and, or Ralphie and Tom and say, yeah, they're going to win this week because that's just what it is. 31-16 Saints.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Partially because I have the block pool of Eagles 6 and Saints 1. So where we're getting 31-16 from. And plus,
have you won it all this year?
Huh?
Have you won it all this year?
No.
Oh.
Until they score more than 16 points, I can't really pick them to score more than 16 points.
Yeah,
it's fair.
Offensive player of the game is going to be Jared Cook. It's just gonna be a weird one.
Is he gonna push? Is he gonna have offensive pass interference like the playoff game?
Yes.
Oh wait, no, that was Rude. That was Rudolph. What the hell am I saying?
I was going to go with Malcolm Jenkins till you stole him.
You could take him.
So maybe I will go Quan Alexander. I will go Quan Alexander.
Dude, I forgot they have him.
They have so many. They have so many damn guys on defense. Don says Eagles 24-17.
Greg Ward. Wow.
God, Greg Ward. By the way, remember my bold prediction before the year with Greg Ward will lead the team in touchdowns?
Yep.
I think that is still alive. because of how bad the wide receiver core has been. Let's see. Kevin Clark says Slay had so many picks last year because he played Trubisky and Kirk Cousins. Yeah, it helps. But I mean, listen, this year he's played against DiNucci, Daniel Jones, Haskins, and they lit us up. Well, DiNucci didn't, but anybody other than DiNucci.
Fulgham and him are tied with 4. Dallas has 3. Ward has 4. Richard Rodgers has 2. Rieger, Ertz, and Scott all tied with 1.
And who has not hit the board of the high-profile guys? Anybody?
Deshaun, Miles for receiving, Miles, JJ, Alshon, and that's it. And John Hightower.
He's taking it. Listen, he's taking his time. All right, everything's
Ted
fine.
Pete, Leon Rose actually used to be Joel Embiid's agent, and I think maybe still is, or at least his group is. But he is the president of basketball operations or whatever title he has for the Knicks.
Which is why
he's actually a South Jersey guy.
Which is why a lot of people said Joel will end up on the Knicks.
Yep, he'd end up on the Knicks.
And we only have 3 interceptions this year as a team. Alex Singleton with the pick 6 against the 49ers. Rodney McLeod and then Jalen Mills have the other ones.
God, if you would have played that DK lineup, like if you would have put that bet in there for like $1, you might be a millionaire right now with those 3 names as who are the only ones on this defense with a pick right now. Like that's how obscure those 3 guys combined are for our interceptions.
Yep, Mills, Singleton, and Rodney all have the only 3 picks. But no Darius though. No Slay.
Definitely no Darius.
What does the science on say? Ryan, remember our division prediction show before the season? Who would have thought the Giants and Washington would be fighting for first?
Not me.
Not me.
I mean, I think we
I had
all
the Lions
had.
going 0-16.
I think we all had both the Giants and Washington would be better.
Yeah,
would be better and more improved. But yeah, I don't think absolutely nobody had them fighting for the division.
I had Cowboys 9 wins, Eagles 8 wins, Giants 6 wins, Washington 6 wins. So I had it all bunched. It's just the first 2 teams really didn't show up.
Yep.
They opted out for the year.
Yep. They got to week 4 and we're like, we'll take the year off.
Marquise says it's 17 teams with at least 10+ picks and 9 with 8+. Schwartz gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you watch Marquise. Doug will be gone, and Schwartz will end up getting the.
Bro, none of our corners turn around for the ball still. Like, what the?
You know what
is going on, dude?
I have to. And Don, I don't know what he's doing. I mean, the Lions. I mean, they fired a head coach, so you guys aren't doing anything good. But I put so much on our former secondary coach, Corey Unlin, because I thought, hey, this guy must be the only guy in football that tells the guys, "Hey, don't worry about turning around for the football." I blame him for that. It's gotten worse.
Yeah, it's like nobody turns around and looks for the ball, man.
Corey Unlin might have been helping things. So, Don, I gotta just send my regards to Mr. Corey Unlin, who's now the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he should have gotten that job, but. It's amazing.
They have a new head coach now.
Yeah, Don wants Robert Saleh.
That's a good name.
Go from one defensive mind to another.
That was what I told Don. I said, I don't know if they're going to do that again.
In an offensive-minded league, you go back to defense yet again.
I think
Saleh. Name, but
and he's from there apparently. Don was telling me the other night he's from there.
Okay, makes a little sense.
It's always the hometown connections.
That'll get Lions fans all hyped up because one of their locals are back.
Yeah,
they'll still win 5 games, but they've got a local. Tom says, "Well, I talking about the division." Greg says, "Well, they are improved. We just stink."
Yeah.
Let's see. Philly Sports Passion 85 saying, I have Saints winning, but wouldn't shock me if the Eagles are down 21-0 at halftime. And they switch back to Carson.
God.
Eagles win 27-24 in overtime.
Could you imagine that?
You guys won't see me for
dude, we almost came back last week.
But imagine
came back last week.
But imagine if we're down 21-0, we put Carson in the game.
Almost came back last week till someone threw an interception.
Oh yeah, who was that?
I don't know. Yeah. Carson Wentz.
It's probably Carson's fault. He probably sabotaged him from the bench.
Called the wrong play call.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
Oh yeah, wasn't there a report too that
There's always reports, Ralphie.
Press Taylor was calling some of the plays during the second half of what game? What game was it?
It was
like 2 weeks ago.
The game we lost.
Seahawks.
Well, the Seahawks.
That was down, Greg.
The second half. The second half. Yep.
And guess what, Ralph? You want to ask me if that makes me feel any better?
No, it doesn't, because
it makes me feel worse.
Yeah.
Because it makes me think there's at least 2 guys that don't know what they're doing in the building.
Yeah.
Oh, there's more than that.
Oh, but now it puts it in stone.
Yeah, that's just a token move. I'm going to give it to Press Taylor, so that way when it sucks, he could fire Press Taylor instead of firing himself.
Yeah,
like, why didn't you give it to a veteran of your group? Why didn't you give it to the guy that's been around, a guy that's been around the league a couple times, has actually called plays before? Why don't you give it to them if you were really truly interested in giving up the play calling? No, you gave it to Press Taylor because it's another one of your henchmen that you can roll.
Why don't you give it to a guy that stays next to the whole entire game and Deuce Staley?
Greg, you're not
wrong. Drive, right?
I would have been more okay with that. Deuce, Marty Morningwig, Santiago, whatever, Santangelo, whatever the freak that guy's name is. Give it to one of those guys. Those are your offensive assistants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This wasn't a good idea coming in with no OC. Tell you that right now. It was not a good idea.
Yeah, no kidding, Ralphie.
Not a good idea. Let's not make that mistake again. Okay.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Yep.
Hills says,
I am the captain
of your chair. Of your chair. Hill says, throw out a year. When do you think the Eagles will make the playoffs next?
2032.
Jesus.
So I think Bryce Harper will still be under contract.
I think he will. Right, 13 years.
I'm not fake news.
2009. Yeah, he'll still be here.
I'm not fake news. He'll be somewhere else under that contract.
He won't be here.
Shit, dude. The way the Phillies are going, he might be traded this year to make money, room for money.
You never know. I'll tell you something I shouldn't have listened to.
My prediction.
What did I say?
I didn't hear that part. According to a Nick Saban interview.
Ooh.
I think yesterday or today about Jalen Hurts. So probably should listen to that one.
Why?
Good, bad?
No, I mean probably too good.
Oh no.
Just in terms of the type of leader he is, in terms of what matters to him and just winning. In terms of when he was the guy, he supported the guy underneath him when he wasn't the guy, right back at the guy that was in front of him, and then to step in like he did in the national championship game when he wasn't the guy and be able to bring his team back to win a game. He says this shows the type of character he is.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And what matters to him. And then was talking about like he, went to Oklahoma and got better, and he's willing to do anything he's got to do to get better to help the team win. And, it is what it is. You take that for what it is. That's not like the guy's coming out and spinning the football. You know what I mean? It just more tells you, Jesse, I don't think I've been saying from day one, I don't think you throw the football enough in this league. But, this is a different animal Sunday. Like in terms of I think they're going to run.
No, and I think all that stuff that, you just said about, Saban is all the stuff that we said when we drafted him. Like we thought the kid was a real good leader. We thought he high character guy. You know what I mean? Didn't take his ball and run when he got replaced. You know what I mean? Stuck it out. All that stuff that, you just reiterated, we all thought. It's just the actual.
Greg, how about this? If I'm like a bad team and I take like a D end early and I come back in the second round and I don't have a quarterback, hypothetically, and I take them, right? I'm okay with it in that
The
spot.
Jaguars.
Yeah, like I'm okay with it. Like either you're going to be the guy and end up being the guy, or you're a guy who leads us into the guy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Everything here was the wrong situation, so it just didn't make sense. It wasn't about the kid.
No, I completely agree. And I think there's a lot of teams that would have made more sense for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Raj. This is why I don't listen to these things. And sort of why I said I shouldn't have listened to it. Because it's like, God, you're a great kid. We know. We just didn't need all this in Philly. And we sure as hell don't need what could happen on Sunday. So, anybody pick them like me?
Ralphie did.
Ralphie,
you did?
Yeah, 23-20.
Why?
Because it just seems like, oh my God, my lights fell.
Obviously.
Oh my God.
My lights fell.
Oh my God. Cole coming. Here comes the Cole.
Dude, these are cool ass lights. I have them all around my room and stuff.
Yeah, they're
like
called
that.
Christmas. They're called Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Everyone's got them.
Sick. They're sick.
They've been around for a while, buddy.
Yeah, dude.
Everyone's got them, bro.
Yeah, they're not a special set of lights.
Well, this sucks.
All
It's 12:45 after the shot. I gotta go climb a ladder and put them back up.
Can we get a video of that?
Can
Can
you
you do it now?
get that on video, please?
Yeah,
No, I ain't doing it now.
Ralph, can you just do it now, like on live,
No, I ain't doing it now.
stream, please? I'll Venmo you $7.
It kind of scared the shit out of me. Not gonna lie.
Nick, I wish I would have seen it better when it happened. It's like just came out of nowhere. Nicholas, you all are amazing. I can't wait to see my family members with you guys on Friday. Yeah, brother.
Thanks,
in.
Nicholas.
Appreciate you. Okay, so why did you have him winning before the light gate?
This is just a weird feeling of mine. I just think for some reason everything now that Carson's out, everything is just going to come together for 1 week, and it's just going to be a whole different team for 1 week. Yep. And maybe for many weeks, but I just think this week everything comes together, and we just win this game. And I can't believe I was picking them because they don't deserve to get the W any other week, but this week for some reason I had to pick them. Had to go Eagles.
You listen. You echoed my phrases on why I had them. That's why I asked you why like that, because it's like they don't deserve to be picked. They stink.
Yeah.
But here you go. All right. So we had fun tonight.
Yeah, we did.
3 hour.
I need to go fix my lights now. God damn it. Look, I just bought new clips too to hang them up on the thing.
Oh, look at him. He's a real craftsman, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm a handyman, you know?
Yeah, well, I went
to a trade school, you know.
Listen, we saw you when the studio was getting built. Okay, I wouldn't go there. Okay.
Listen, at least I wasn't Brinkman, who was all over the place with the paint, okay? Going 1,000 miles per hour painting a wall. Slow down, dude. Relax. You're painting.
Yep. Nicholas, Rachel Blaze is my family member. Thank you for the shout. Love you guys. Yeah, of course. Awesome. Rachel's show starts this Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So that's 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. on the West Coast peeps. And she'll lead us into Fan Friday. So a lot of some different content for the peeps. So something different and a mixture of sports and. Rachel has an MMA background, so you'll get that, but just a different type of show. So it'll be fun for the peeps. So you know the deal. Set your alerts here, set your reminders. We got shows every day. Tomorrow we'll have Jeff Mosher on.
Let's go.
7 p.m. will be on. So 7 p.m. sharp, we'll have Jeff Mosher on. That should be fun. So, you want to talk about more of the quarterback and the controversy? Well, here you go. Here you go. We'll get his thoughts. Maybe that'll be my question. Like, hey, this is a week I think they win. You know what I mean? This is a week that it has a vibe. Because
it's a weird feeling, Tommy. I have no idea.
Yep.
I'll
take
a win. Hey, I'll take a win, but it's
been so bad. I'll take a win. And Jeff B says we're gonna win, and it will just make Carson look worse. Yep. And then, you got Hockey Happy Hour Boys tomorrow night afterwards, 10 p.m.
Yep.
A little something for everybody here. Little something for everybody. We got you covered. Listen, we love you all for chiming in tonight. We try to get through as many comments as we can. We hope you gave enough love to everybody that's joined us. Yes, Jesse, I do love that what Rodgers did, and I do love him going to bat for Wentz on Pat McAfee's show for sure.
I have a lot of respect for him. I have a lot of respect for Rodgers.
Gained a lot just from him giving him the minute, because at that point in time you need that minute, and what better guy to get it from, right? I mean, a guy who's going through it in a way, but just as a pimp, so he's not going through it. Going through it, not going through it. All right, we have to thank our sponsors: Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Ambuck Services, you already know, 20% off gutter guards, gutter installations. Tell Michael Ambrose, the boys from A2D sent you. Listen, you want to get some team hats? Use some team hats. Let's go. allcampusoc.com. Use discount code A2D.
Can't get that hat, though.
Can't get that hat. We're coming there. We're going there next. But allcampusoc.com, discount code A2D, 15% off. And for all our A2D gear, all you got to do, you just got to run over to Philly Drinkers. PhillyDrinkers.com. There's like a search bar on the website, and you can just type in A2D that way, and it takes you right there. And we're giving out deals. I still think you might have 25% off. If not everything, at least select items still are discounted. So check it out. See what you like. We got a little something for everybody over there. I think I covered it all, right? A little tumbler action.
Yeah, tumbler action. Thanks, Rock.
Thanks, Rock. Marquise, love you. Get at me tomorrow night with that one again. All right? Come back to me tomorrow. 3 hours. I do a show 7 days a week. And I just want to say this as we sign off. There isn't a fucking person in the business doing 7 days a week. There is not.
With no commercials either.
There's not. And it's not about me, but you know what I mean? It's just it is, but it isn't, I guess. Right, Greg? It is, but it isn't. I don't know anybody doing 7 days a week, especially what we're going through here. It's not like we're winning games, guys. I'm showing my face after losses. A lot. Too much. I mean, I'm here for you guys. I'm here for you to vent. I mean, I'm willing to create new shows with Rye just to give you another outlet to vent on Monday before Brinkman holds you, bends you over, JP. So that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to give you action every night. We do, multiple shows a day. I mean, Saturday we have freaking 4 shows. So, I mean, it's unbelievable. More are coming. So stay tuned. And we continue to grow, and we continue to grow because of you guys. So please please subscribe, please follow, please continue to comment in. You guys drive our show. For the fan, by the fan, Tom Arnone, Ryan Brodo, Greg Mlakovic, Ralph Del Vecchio, Frank Vaspi with another strange accent tonight, but we love him.
Yet again.
Yep. Yet again.
Race car bed.
And the one thing, I made a joke, and he got upset. Remember? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Earlier, it wasn't many times.
That was a weird laugh too. That was a very strange laugh.
So he was mad at me. I'm like, what are you mad at me for?
He gets mad. He'll be all right.
Tyreek, that's good. We'll take that one. Because they can't hold jock straps here. Marquise, you better come on Friday.
We've been waiting, Marquise. We've been waiting for you.
Ooh, little VH1. You remember that one, Marquise?
Storytellers. Little storytellers. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little tease, Marquise. Like you've been in the business for years. Little teaser talk is what they call it. Teaser talk. Get your tea ready. Pinky's out. Got a lot to talk about. All right. You already know the deal. We out. The best in the business. No notes. And that ain't just me. That's anybody that freaking puts a mic on their face in some fashion.